Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tides of Death, episode 20, Afterwrath. How are you guys doing today?
Fantastic. Glad to be back.
Yep,
Nick,
I am
Nick,
excited.
Nick, where are you? What is
I
this
am
blank
in.
void you're in?
Well, yeah. I need to ask you something about this, Neil, actually. So I just had the room decorated, right? And I want to put some pictures behind me.
Yeah.
And I thought, wouldn't it be really cool? I'm going to get some like artwork for the campaigns and that framed. But if I could just get, I don't know if you've ever done this before, just like, your Discord picture, like a little headshot. You can sign it, and then I'll just get it framed and put it on the wall behind me. I think that's going to be great.
Yeah,
So if you
totally.
could send that over to me.
Yeah,
Yeah?
I'll print one out. I'll
Nice.
send it to you. No problem.
Thanks, bud. Nice.
It'd be a beautiful thing.
It'll be, giant poster size, though. It'll just take up the whole wall behind you.
Just send me the digital image. I'll choose the size. Thank you.
How the rest of y'all doing?
I'm good. I'm moving on the
fantastic.
18th. Getting fiber internet. I'll have 1 gig up, 1 gig down.
Ooh, baby.
So I'm excited. What about you, Koibu? How have you been doing?
I've been good, just kicking it, hanging out with the cat. Yeah.
Nothing bad happened? Oh, good.
It's just a little case of the COVID for a little while,
Just a small case,
just
yeah.
spending a week in bed, rolling back and forth, clutching my head, going, "Ugh!" But it's over now, so it's cool.
Good.
Cool. So before we get to where we left off, does anyone have a pirate fact for me? Or a seafaring fact? Something pirate related?
I have an interesting pirate fact thanks to Dunebug.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to hear it?
I'm a little nervous, but yeah, bring it on.
It's almost like it's like a 2-page story. So there was this tiny little fishing village on the most southern tip of Ireland called Baltimore. And otherwise you would think it would be a footnote in history. It's a tiny fishing village of no relevance, but it's actually pretty important because it was the seat of the O'Driscoll clan, who claimed to be the kings of the local area.
Mm.
And the English didn't like this, so they set up a plantation or a colony there to try and like get rid of all the local Irish lords and stuff like that. And they all fled to Spain. And about 30 years after the English moved in and set up a town, it was actually raided by a Barbary pirate fleet. And pretty much everyone who lived there was enslaved. There's like all sorts of different accounts, a chaotic mess. People say like 100 people were taken, 200 people were taken. But mostly it was English settlers taken.
Oh.
And it effectively like just completely destroyed the town. Basically, no one lived there for years. Everyone moved to the nearby town of Skibbereen, and Baltimore was effectively abandoned. And another interesting thing about this is that this raid was the subject of a contemporary, like at the time, conspiracy theory that it was orchestrated as basically like an ethnic cleansing by an Irishman, like get the English out. Now that might sound like absurdity because it was like Algerian pirates from like North Africa coming all the way to Ireland to do like a pirate raid, but there's two important facts. The pirates took slaves, so they made money, right? Because they brought them back and sold them. So like there's a financial incentive. And the pirate captain was Murad Rice the Younger, also known as Jan Jansoen van Haarlem or something like that. He was a Dutch privateer. He was enslaved by the Algerian pirates. He converted to Islam, became the captain, the Grand Admiral of Morocco, this tiny little like pirate city. And he like declared independence from like the Moroccan Sultanate and all for like 10 years because he was just bored.
Wow.
This like Sigma energy of like the Age of Sail. But he supposedly he had found a Catholic Irish prisoner slave, and he was like, "Hey, where's a good place to raid?" And the Irish prisoner was like, "Go raid that English town." So like, go take those guys. And this is all during like the 80 Years' War, which was like a huge like conflict between the Netherlands and Spain, and it was all it like led to many like international treaties that like formed the foundation of Europe for the next few centuries. I think it was like the Treaty of I can't remember the name of it, but it's like one of the really important ones. So this was happening during all this. So he was just like, yeah, I can go raid like a Protestant town, no problem.
Wow.
And Jan Jansoen actually had balls of steel himself. Fun little anecdote. He would just go on adventures for fun out of boredom. He would just go, right, we're going to Greenland. Let's go, boys. And then go raid Greenland, which is really, really far away from the north coast of Africa.
That is.
And he was, I think he was in the English Channel, and he decided to stop in the Netherlands for supplies, even though he's like the most famous pirate of his day and is like highly like sought after. But Morocco had just recently signed a treaty with the Dutch, and he was basically like, diplomatic community. I'm the Grand Admiral of Morocco. Let me dock. And so they had to let him dock, or else break the treaties with the pirates. And while he was there, the local authorities brought his family to him, like his original family from before he was enslaved and converted to Islam.
Oh.
And they were like, "Oh, look, your family's here. You should come back to him." And he was just like, "No," and left.
Did you leave them behind? Just like peaced
He
out?
just left them. Yeah, he just left. But he also like recruited like a ton of local Dutch sailors into piracy, which is like extremely illegal. So he just basically walked into town, broke all of the laws, and then left.
Diplomatic community.
Despite the
Peace
fact,
out, bitches.
yeah, exactly. He probably
Nice.
deserves his own like little fact story, but that's a little story about Baltimore and how it relates to a really, really famous Barbary pirate who was Dutch.
Wow. That is definitely worth 5% right there. Well done.
Thank
Good
you.
Nice work.
fact.
Nice work.
I got a little story as well.
Okay.
Ooh.
It is about, hold on one second. It is about Pierre Legrand, who is a French pirate, who sometime in the 17th century shows up around Tortuga. He's based in the Caribbean, and people really only know about one thing that he did and one thing only. It's not really known if this was like maybe even his first successful heist that he pulled off. But at some point, Pierre was like, "Okay, you know what? Me and this small boat of 28 men, we're gonna capture a Spanish galleon. Okay, uh, huge ship of the Spaniards." And so what he did, as they were attacking, was into his little boat with 28 men. He had one of his surgeons cut a little hole into his own ship so that the ship would sink, so that his men would be inspired to attack, because there would be no way to retreat or to back out. So they would fight with their full hearts. So they climbed onto the ship and actually somehow managed to conquer this huge galleon, because the captain was in his cabin playing cards, not paying attention. Managed to capture the galleon, and after he did this, he was like, "I'm never going to pull off anything remotely close to this ever again. This is the biggest heist I could have possibly pulled off. I'm out. I'm done with piracy," and you never hear of him again. And the only thing that's known is that he might have immigrated to Canada afterwards.
Pulls off the biggest score of his life and then just like pieces out.
Yep.
Is done. Walks
Smart
away.
though.
Yeah.
Yep.
Walked away with his life and his money.
Yeah. Well done. That is also worth a good 5% right there.
How do I hold on? I'm still confused by the XP curves.
What level are you presently?
I am. Hold on. I'm level 5.
So get from 5 to 6. 16,000. So you get 5% of 16,000.
That is 800 experience.
God.
Quick
Real
maths.
XP right there.
Yep.
Okay. So, where last we left, the party had been traveling across a barren wasteland in the middle of this like gorgeous, idyllic countryside. This one island in the middle of this collection known as Mon Cher had been completely wiped out, laid waste, flattened, turned to dust, and after 80 years or so, nothing has regrown. You spent a day traveling across it, going around a deep, dry lake bed to the ruins of a city where you have reached the rim, where the wall has been crushed. You can see the rubble everywhere. The dust blows across, sort of giving semi-whiteout conditions, making it harder to see than a few hundred feet in front of you. Large stones weathered by time and mortar scattered about mark the edge of the city. Is the 4 of you on our map. You're like right around here, and your ship is on the other side of the lake, right over there. Everyone have their known spells and all their gear and everything? We ready for this? And it's been a little while.
Yeah,
I think so.
we've been traveling over the sand for how long, Neil? A couple of days.
It's been a day, maybe a day and change.
Yeah, so I think we've got Seymour the monkey with us, right? I think I'm probably at the head of the party, having just spied like the outline of the walls in the distance through the storming sand. Seymour's on my shoulder. He's pulled my cloak over his face to protect him from the sand. Sorry, go ahead.
Should I maybe use some healing salve, seeing how I'm a bit damaged?
Probably, yeah. I used one of mine to get myself back up.
Do I even
How many
have
do we
any
have
on
left?
me?
How many do we have left?
I got 2 on me.
I've got 10 more.
Okay.
I've got a full 9 stack on me. Oh, 1 basically.
1 heals for how much?
9. Up to 9 HP.
Okay. Alright, I'll use
Okay.
1.
I don't have a healing salve anymore. Just a heads up.
Okay, I'll give you 1. I drop myself down to 9.
Yep, taking 1.
Yeah, so I spot the stone wall in the distance, and I go to shout out, but there's too much like sand in my mouth. Get the sand out. Take a drink of my water. I see it. I see something in the distance through the sand. Finally, we made it. This place is awful. Let's go. And I start trudging through the sand, hoping my crew will follow suit.
This place is the exact opposite of being out on the sea. I fucking hate it here, Captain. Can we get out of here?
There better be something inside this city. I haven't trekked through this desert wasteland for 2 days for nothing.
It really is awful.
You reach the edge of the wall, the demarcation point between the ruins of civilization and the desolate wasteland around you. It's a fairly clear line that once there was a large wall that ran around this city and has just fallen down. You come to the point, like the threshold of the city line, of this ruined wall. Must have once stood 30 feet tall. Now it's maybe, 5 feet high at its highest point. The whole thing just crumpled and flattened and spilled out, but still forming a nice, neat ring.
Wait, it looks like it doesn't look like it's been hit by something and collapsed in certain places. It just looks like the whole thing is just
The whole
collapsed.
thing is just collapsed. The entire wall, 100% of it, has been reduced to rubble all the way around.
So is there like a little ramp of rubble that we would climb up to get to the top of the 5 feet?
I wouldn't call it a ramp, but yeah, you would scramble up the
Yeah.
stones. Mm-hmm.
All right, I mean, I think that's what I do. I go to try and get a better look, hopefully find some shelter from the sand.
Mm-hmm. You can scramble up the dusty steps and look out over the ruins of a city. There are some areas where you can see must have been the streets because the rubble piles are, thinner here, and areas where this must have once been a large building because the rubble pile is much taller. But there's nothing that resembles even remotely a standing structure.
Is everything reduced to 5 feet?
There are some sections that are larger. As you look out into the middle of town, what must have been maybe the central castle or maybe a grand cathedral or something rises larger than 5 feet. You can almost make out the scale of buildings just by the size of the rubble pile they left.
So, looking over the destroyed town, I turn to the group and say, "So, Nelram, is this what you wanted to come out here for?"
Well, it seems like everything fell down, so there must be something under it, right?
Bring a pickaxe? I say to the group.
I pat my bag.
Luckily, Archie's got big hands.
Yep, that's gonna have to do.
So, let's go to the biggest building, right? Most likely to be a keep or a church or something like that.
Now, you can make your way across the ruins of the city until you come to what is a large rubble pile, out front of which is an area of relative flatness. An area that must have been like a town square or some sort of garden, maybe. An area that didn't have any stone or any structures and is now just sort of small, tiny little waves of sand and dust. From here you can see there's a big large pile of rubble before you and some other piles over there. There's a couple of areas where the rubble is thin enough that there must have been like a walkway or a street or a boulevard of some kind. You can almost see that like this was a ringed flat zone with like 5 spokes of streets coming off of it. One towards the lake, one towards the sea, 2 to the north, and the one that you came through on to the south.
Is there any bodies, skeletons, or anything like that?
Would you expect there to be bodies? It's been like 80 years. You look
Well,
about, you
it's-
don't see any skeletons or any bodies.
Well, I'm worried about. The last time we went to a place the White Prince destroyed, there was skeletons everywhere that rose up and tried to kill us.
Yeah, there were skeletons in that last place, but this one doesn't have any. You don't see any corpses, but maybe they're all under the rubble.
So this little flat area. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Sal.
I'll turn to Nilram and say, do you think there would be any lingering magic here that would be worth looking for?
Well, who's the Astaire touched this land? I would be shocked if there wasn't any lingering magic left.
Yeah, I'll detect, cast detect magic and start looking around.
You do notice sort of this low-level background magic that pervades the whole area. It's got that tone of it that this is, the remnants of some great magic once upon a time, and there's just like a little bit of field still persisting. But one thing does stand out against this background radiation. You can see this sort of like stands out as like a violet hue to you. This violet maybe conjuration magic from a rock kind of nearby, maybe 30 feet down one of these spokes.
I'll tell the group about it, that there's lingering background radiation and that there is some source of strong magic down the road that way.
Archie has no idea what the fuck background radiation is, and you're gonna have to explain that to him.
It's like, when you fart in a room, and then you leave. The smell could be there for minutes after you leave. It's the same.
Oh yeah, it could. Oh yeah, it could. Got it. Okay.
Wait, so Sal, what does that mean? Is it safe? Is it gonna smell?
Well, I have no idea how magic works. I just do it. So, is it safe? I don't know, Captain. We're in the middle of a desert where everything that was alive perished. The water in our veins could be getting sucked from us as we speak to each other. I don't know. It seems like everything we do isn't safe.
Next time, Sal, just say yes, it's safe, okay?
You said it was conjuration magic, right?
Uh-huh.
What would Nilram know? I guess, like, can you give me some examples of like what conjuration magic would be?
The conjuration
Like, would Portman's
magic.
magic cube be a conjuration magic?
I'd have to look that one up myself.
Is it not like monster summoning and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's Corvin's frosted cubes would be enchantment. Conjuration is usually when you're bringing something from one place into another, like monster summoning is a
Got it.
great example of it. Or maybe like a do some sort of like
Summon
minor
insects.
gateway or a portal type spell is usually that sort of thing. There are some other use cases for it.
So with
Summon,
this, I guess
summon.
Nilram assumes that it is a conjured being, but it's just a rock, correct? Or it appears to just be a rock.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys are walking towards this thing to
Yeah.
inspect it, and you come
Oh, hang
across
on.
this.
If he's saying that it might be a creature, we might stop before we get too close to it.
We're gonna stop before we get too close because I'm probably just gonna magic missile it.
Okay, you can get to maybe you were 30 feet, so maybe you close halfway. Just scoot forward a little bit to get a better view. And what you see here is a pile of rubble, much like the other piles of rubble around. It all has this sort of sandstony color, except for this one rock. You can only see like the very end of it sticking out, just a smidge from the rubble around it. But this rock is more like a granite gray color rather than the tawny sandstone color of the rest of this place.
Okay, I'm gonna tell the party, let's go 100 yards back. I'm gonna magic missile it because I can do it within 100 yards. And my reasoning is magic missile won't do any damage to something that is just like, like a lock. don't even think it'll do damage to a rock or like a window pane. It'll only do damage, I believe, if it's like a creature. So we're gonna go 100 yards back. And
I'll ask Nilram, is it possible that a magical creature could resist magic missile as well?
no. If it's a magic creature, it will take damage. Missile.
Okay.
You're not wasting your spell here, Nilram, right?
It's just one. Inanimate objects, locks, etc. cannot be damaged by the spell, and any attempt to do so wastes the missile to no effect against the creature. Against creatures, each missile inflicts 1d4 plus 1 damage.
Can inanimate magical items be damaged by this? What if this is a useful item or a cursed item?
It says creatures. Oh well, and Nilram would know.
Your assessment of it is spot on.
Yeah, only creatures can be damaged. So
Like, you might be able to rip a piece of paper with it, but you wouldn't do damage to a door or like a pane of glass.
Yeah, Sale agrees with this plan. I'm on board.
cool. We go 100 yards back, and I cast magic missile at it. 3 darts of 1d4 plus 1 shoot out.
Please roll me
him.
damage.
Here's 3d4, and then add 3 to that.
Nice.
10.
Your missiles streak from your spot and strike the rock. A little gust of wind brings up some dust from the surrounding area, and as it blows past, see that nothing has changed. Everything is much the same as it was before.
I say, oh look, you killed it.
Doesn't seem like it's an actual creature. Let's go check it out.
Can't see fucking shit out here with this goddamn sand, Captain. I have no idea
Yeah.
what the fuck just happened.
Get up there, Archie. Clear the rubble away. Let's see. Get a better look at this rock.
All
I
right.
usher him forward.
Yeah, I'll walk. I think Nilram will be the one who handles the magic object. He's pretty confident that it's not actually anything bad, and he doesn't want Archie breaking whatever it is. So he'll usher Archie over, and hopefully Archie can help him out with the stuff around it. But Nilram is going to have the initiative to grab it.
Yeah, no, as you get up to it, though, you notice that this rock here is cracked now. It has been damaged by your missiles.
I'm gonna
Is
put my
fractured.
hand next to Archie and stop him, and whisper to the captain. Seems like it is a creature, and it is taking damage intended. I think it might be a trap. I think we better let me handle it.
All right, let's go back. You can just keep shooting it, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys, back up. Hope
we
this
go
thing
back?
isn't friendly.
Here's another 3d4. Shooting another one. Plus 3, so 4, 7.
Oof.
Okay. You're at
It's,
a great range, too great of a range to notice any difference.
Okay, I'm gonna do
Let's
one more.
save here. Yeah.
11.
All right. You've done 28 points of damage to this thing by now.
That's right. Now
Is it dead?
let's go
It's dead,
go
Nolan?
check it out again.
Okay.
But don't
We
get too
head back
close. And,
over.
yeah, we'll head back over.
Yeah. You get back up to it, and you can see that gray granite-ish thing that was sticking out is just completely crumbled away now.
It's still radiating magic, I ask Sale.
Uh,
How long does detect magic for? 1 turn? You think that was within
That's
10 minutes?
Yeah, this has been within
Yeah.
10 minutes. You can see Sail from standing up, because it's on the ground, but from standing up, it's just crumbled and you don't see any magic there. There is a gap where those stones once were before they completely crumbled, so you could probably look. You got down low and close to it. If you got like really close to it and down low, you might be able to see through that tunnel to see if there's anything remaining in there, but I don't know if you feel safe doing that. It'd be dangerous. Probably fine though. The DM's suggesting it.
Captain, I believe there's a hole you could look into.
What do you mean?
I'll ask Archie to grab my legs, and if I scream, pull me, and I'll go look at the hole.
Wait, is it that big of a hole that he has to like squeeze into though?
Well,
Like,
the block was
go
about yay
spelunking.
big.
Okay.
So there's stones around
Okay.
it, but it was on ground level. You'd have to like get your head down to the floor.
Oh, all right, so we get next to it. I'm going to tie my rope with a nice sailing knot around Sail's leg, and I give the other end of it to Archie.
Listen, if
Alright.
there's something bad in this thing and breaking this has just released it, I'm gonna kill every single one of you, okay?
If you survive. If you survive, Sail.
I get down to the ground and I look in the hole. I eagerly stick my head in it.
You can see that there is some sort of staircase back here. That the hole that you're looking through runs maybe 3 or 4 feet until there is a clear downward step of something. There's
Is
rubble
this like
all around it, but so you can't really.
A very big hole?
No, it's about yay big. It's a
And we
large
see like a
block.
real staircase though?
Yeah, because you can see
Through the hole.
3 or 4 feet in that the ground dips down, and whatever this was, that this stone block here that is now crumbled, seems to have crumbled and fallen down this staircase in a way that reveals that there is like a gap back here.
Okay. It's not like a Smurf staircase though. It's like a real staircase that we're peering through a hole.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
your view is pretty shitty, so, but it
It's-
doesn't
Yeah, I
look
just
like a
wanted to make
Smurf
sure it
staircase.
wasn't like a staircase that was like this big.
No.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to be like a leprechaun staircase or anything.
Got it.
What do you see, Sail?
I'll describe what I see. I see a staircase. If I were to like toss a torch in, would I get a better view of what's going on in there? Like a lit torch?
Definitely, yeah, because there's no light in there whatsoever. Tossing a torch down there would definitely shed some light on the situation.
I'll turn back to the captain and say, it looks like stairs, but I can't see very well. Pass me a torch.
All right. I check my inventory for a torch.
I assume we would have that kind of like... No? Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a torch.
Okay.
Anyone bring light with them?
I will cast light in the hole.
Excellent.
All right.
Cast down a rock or something so you can take it with you.
Oh yeah, good. Yeah, I'll
Out of character.
cast it on my rapier, and then like stick my rapier. And then stick my rapier in the hole.
Your
I still might be able
rapier
to see.
can shed light on the situation. You see that there is this, large piles of rubble that is where you're looking into, but it appears to be that the rubble has like solidified in such a way that is semi-stable, and that there's a bit of like a rise. Whatever this thing was that is now destroyed and dead and like crumbled has left a bit of a void, a bit of a cavity within this rubble that allows you to see there's indeed a down staircase that leads underground here. There's a lot of rubble around it, but there's definitely, a small section of void, maybe just big enough that you could put your head through. You probably couldn't fit your shoulders or your hips through. You'd have to remove some rubble to get there, but it's definitely a proper staircase.
Okay, I'll relay this information to the party that there's a stairs down there, and we could maybe go down it if we cleared some rubble.
Come on, Archie. Help me out.
All right, and help you out I will.
And you want strength checks or anything?
Nick, I think you're muted, by the way.
I am muted. Yeah, thank you.
There's lots of time here. No need to do checks. It's just a matter of time. Some people are going to be clearing this. Are all 4 of you working on it? Is someone keeping watch? Or 2
I
people
think
keeping
Norm and Archie will
watch?
be working on it.
I'll keep watch. So the 3 of them can work. I take out my spyglass, put a foot on like a rock or something. Look out across the town, make sure that we're safe.
Yeah, give me
While
a
my crew-
perception check, Nick.
With advantage, or I mean, it's the spyglass, right?
Spyglass would work if you're trying to see fine detail far away, but not if you're trying to generally notice something.
So I'll roll it with advantage, and you can interpret it how you
Sure.
want. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 20.
Okay. Not but the dust in the wind out there. Maybe 15 minutes later, enough rubble has been cleared away that a small passage big enough for one person to fit down has been opened, that leads down these stairs. Without going down it, but putting your rapier through, you can see that at the base of this staircase is a door. There's still some rubble down here, but there's a large set of double doors, like bronze doors here.
And this is odd.
This
It's a
is not that odd. It looks very much like a crypt or some sort of dungeon or some sort of protected basement area. The building that this is attached to is like right near that big center circle area. So this could be maybe like the crypt of a church, or maybe like the storehouse for a castle. Whatever it is, it's like built underground, maybe to keep it cold, maybe because it doesn't need light, maybe because you don't need to have people in there. But it's wealthy enough that it's got large metal doors on it. So
All right.
it's-
And
Are
these
the
are made
doors,
out
like-
of bronze.
or at least they're plated in bronze. You know, they could be solid, could be plated.
Are
All right.
Is there any
Sorry.
like religious decoration on the doors, like ornate things, or
Not from
No, just
you
plain?
can see out here. Someone would need to crawl down this hole to get to the door.
Captain, are there any traps? Can you find and remove them?
Yeah, well, got to do everything around here. I crack my knuckles and I pull out my thieves' tools, and I'm gonna check the stairway for traps, and then I'm gonna check the door, and then I'm gonna try and unlock the door if it's locked.
You don't need to make the check for the stairway. You're confident this stairway has no traps on it. It is just
That's
broken
sick.
rubble. Guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
You can squeeze down this little passageway. It will bring you to the door itself. But you'll be all alone, and you'll be in a tight quarters down here.
Yeah, but they're right behind me, right?
We're
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm
right
surrounded.
behind
I'm
you.
surrounded by stone on all sides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're good.
It's not like me to rush into danger, so I'm probably fine.
Yeah.
Um,
I asked the captain if he wants to swap rapiers because mine has the light.
is this shedding enough light down here for me to do my work? With sail holding, I don't want to give him my good rapier.
Yeah, I mean, if he stands over your shoulder and holds it like a son holding a flashlight for his dad, yeah.
It's all right, Sail. Just come down, hold it over my shoulder.
All right. Yes.
This
Papa.
finding traps is delicate work. I consult my thief skills and I say, my find and remove traps is quite impressive.
Hmm.
Yeah, I rolled I failed.
Yeah, it looks old. There couldn't be any traps here. What? I mean, come on.
I'm pretty
Did it even
sure.
last that long?
I'm pretty sure there's no traps, but Sail, I'm not strong enough to pull these things open. Do you want to give it a go? And I take a few steps back.
Here?
Captain, there's no traps. Why? No problem. I'll like crack my fingers, but I'll hesitate for a second and like look at him.
At this
I wanna
time,
see
Nilrum's
if
like
he's
coming
lying.
down.
Is he lying?
Thumbs up. You're all good, buddy. Look at those muscles. Damn, you've been working out, Sail. Wow.
Yeah, I've been cranking, dude. So I'll attempt to open them.
You realize, Sale, the reason he couldn't open it is he was trying to pull the doors into the rubble, and these doors push away from the rubble.
You idiot! I say as I push the doors.
Wow, brains and brawn.
The doors open with a loud creak. The one on the left, because it's a double set, only opens a few inches before it gets stuck. The one on the right swings most of the way open before it hits against something. Your rapier sheds light into a room. There is a corpse at your feet. The bones, well, the flesh on this is ripped and torn, and it's clear that the legs on this thing are broken. There's even still a large stone that has dislodged itself from the ceiling, landing on it. Before the skeleton, outstretched, is a book and a quill and an old, what do you call these things? Like an old jar of ink that is
Ooh, an
open
ink
and
bottle.
dried out by now. No ink
Nilrum
left in it.
will attempt if he sees it. You want a perception check or anything?
No, you can see this. Yeah, if everyone's
Nilrum's the
squeezing
book
down
guy.
here.
So he soy dives and he's like, "Oh, a book."
Wait.
Runs over there.
Does that mean that we all have to go into the room that's for Nilrum to get tools?
Yeah, because Nilrum's above you, so he's like looking
Yeah.
over your shoulders. So when the door opens, he can see the book, and it sounds like he shoves through you guys,
Whoa,
pushing
okay.
the party into the
No,
room.
hold up, Sail.
Wait, do I have to push them? Sorry, I wouldn't have pushed them through. I thought there was a
Oh,
little
yeah.
more space.
No,
to where
it's
I
a
could,
tight
go in
corridor.
between them.
Real tight.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in the
All
room
right.
beyond, is there a bit more room?
Oh yeah, lots of room down
I'll
here.
say, Sale, can you hand me the book?
Yeah, I'll tentatively
I'll
step
reach
forward
out my
and I'll see if there's like a name on the front of the book or some sort of words? Because I can
The
read
book is
now, so-
currently split open, like and the hand of the skeleton is resting on the book with the quill right next to it, like the person died writing on the book. So you can close it, or like turn it slightly to see the cover, and the cover says.
If it's like that, I'll just kind of grab it and like try to read like the what's on the page and then hand it back.
You'll note there are two scripts on the page. One is very orderly and neat and has like lots of rows. You can read, so you can see that it's a list of names and like numbers associated with them. And then there's a second script that is like scrawled on top of it that is much more sloppy and sometimes like intersects with itself, intersects with the other things, making it very difficult to read what's going on here.
Oh yeah, I'll say I can't tell what it is. Looks like names, and I'll hand it back
My hand is
to
stretched.
Norum.
Looks like he was in a hurry.
No, close the book. Read the front cover.
Book of the Dead.
Open the book, and start from the first page. And he's just gonna kind of get out of the way and start reading.
It looks like a registry of tombs. You'll have like this tomb number 35 has this person in it, and then like a slightly different script, a little bit smaller, and this person was added at this date, and it goes through and lists where you can find all of the dead people who are
He'll
buried
notice
down here.
That he'll flip to the back of the book, and he's gonna start flipping through pages until he finds like the last page.
Yeah, you find the page with the scrawled writing on top of just the registry of who's here. And you're a smart cookie, and you've got time, right? We're not in a rush situation. If you step out into the light and study this, I'll read it to you. But as Nilram is deciphering the script, what is
Have it in
everyone else
DMs.
doing? Ooh, yeah. Let me type it out because I have it handwritten.
Is it a big deal? Is it something that I'm probably gonna want to make a choice on to share with the
don't
party
know.
or no? All right, yeah, you give it to me.
What are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm mostly peering further into the darkness, holding my sword above for light.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
just
waiting.
on edge. This whole place is really creepy. I don't like it, and I feel like I'm going to be ambushed by like a snake or a scorpion or a mummy at some point. So I'm just holding up my fists and looking around.
Nothing you can't punch.
Yep.
I think I'm not pushing him into the room, but I'm sort of like slowly like nudging Sail like forward. Into the room,
I would have stepped into the room because it has way more space if we're...
Okay, if you step in, I will follow in as well. And I'll probably be just trying to get a look at what Nilram's reading.
I'm not stepping far in, though.
Specifically, like, I get the feeling that the guy was like trying to write something as he was dying, so I'm not interested in all the names. I'm trying to see whatever he's written. But you said it's hard to read, and I'm probably looking at it upside down, so maybe I can't make it out.
I'll notice the captain trying to read my book, and I'll be like, "I'll read it to you, Captain. Just give me a second."
I guess I just look around the room, Neil. Does this look like a crypt?
Yeah, this looks like the antechamber of a crypt. There's a large slab here where you would have a body that's being prepared, or a body that people are coming to pay respects to before it's actually finally entombed. There's little altars tucked into the walls for various gods. You've got the four big gods: Astaire, god of law, god of order; Martha, goddess of life and creation; Malchus, god of chaos; and most prominently is Verasi, goddess of death and destruction. But there's also small little shrines for Madrigal, goddess of family, the hearth, the hoe. I'm sorry, that's Hoba.
That's interesting. The other temples in the Dardanelles, are they purely to Astaire, or do they?
You have not
like,
been in a
statues?
single temple here.
I guess not. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Astaire temple is just basic. The Astaire statue is smaller than the Verasi one, right?
Yeah.
Nilram's been to temple before. Or is it all Astaire?
That's true. You would have been into a temple in Rangoon.
Yeah.
There are small shrines to other deities. It's not like they are completely
Forgotten.
Yeah, they're not forgotten or stamped out. But, Astaire temples are sort of the centerpieces of society. And, a big temple that's dedicated to Astaire will still have small shrines to all the other gods in him. And you might have, like, a small shrine to this god or that god on the side of a road somewhere. But, like, the big structures are usually Astaire-based.
That's what Anton plans, yeah.
Well, with any luck, whoever lived here like the idea of burying their dead with their valuables. we could make out good here, lads.
I will consult the book, Captain, and find which ones have a last name. They're probably the one with.
Yeah,
items.
sure. What did that guy write when he was dying, though? I say, like, kicking the skeleton a little bit.
Nilram starts to read.
While this is going on, Archie, you said you felt fairly uncomfortable here.
Yep.
How are you dealing with that discomfort? You
Honestly, just staying in the light, looking around, and hoping that whatever we're doing here is over soon, because it's claustrophobic. It's even more the opposite of being. I mean, like, I guess it's kind of like being under deck, but I know that above deck is not the waves and the sea and the breeze, but just sand. So I feel uncomfortable. I feel like the ceiling is going to collapse or something. I'm just looking around at all times, waiting for like an ambush or something that'll come around the corner, and just holding my fists up, looking around, kind of building myself up over the party to make sure that they don't get hit either.
Mhm.
I'm pretty nervous.
That's a good point. Is the room bigger than the light radius?
No. The room is maybe 20 feet across, 20 feet wide, 15 feet deep. And then there's a passageway that runs forward, and then there's a small door, regular sized door on the left and the right side.
Okay. I get my eye patch ready just in case I need to switch eyes, in case we get into a shadowed area.
Now, but you might get a plus.
Yeah, no, I'm serious. All right, wait, what's it say in the book? Yeah.
Clear his breath. She said
My
that,
food is here. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Her name is
Food
Bindi.
delivered over here?
She's a cleric of Martha.
Oh, yeah.
She's just writing about how the White Prince is a monster. He came with cataclysmic winds and heat, and wiped out 10,000 people. Martha heard not her prayers, so I looked to sail. I guess she wasn't a big deal.
Sounds like
More of the same that we already know.
sounds like your friend under the sea might like this book, so.
Well, that depends. Does it say what he did specifically, or just a general?
Has come, and there was a great and terrible heat, cataclysmic winds. The earth shook, and I fled here. Her name is Bindi the cleric.
Smashed the city, turned it into a desert.
I know.
Interesting.
No one
didn't
will
know
start
that.
going. Oh, sorry.
Didn't know that a stair could curse an entire island.
No one will start flipping through the book. We're Grey Robin, so any names interest me.
Noble names.
Yes.
Noble names, last names.
Yeah. Most of the names here are first and last names. They all sound fairly noble. This must be the crypt of maybe a castle or like an important church or something.
Fucking
Wow.
go.
I feel great. Let's pick a direction and get going. They won't need it. It's been buried under here for how long?
Using the book to guide you, you can walk through the tombs looking for the most important sounding people, the people that have the most honors and titles before their name. And sure enough, you come across body after body after body. And some of them have rings or earrings or jewelry, or, their funeral sheets had little decorations on them that can be scraped away and tucked to the side.
We take it all.
I'm literally, once I start seeing stuff like this, I'm going to open like every tomb and scan it for
literally
rings.
What did we
take-
find? Treasure?
Treasure, so much treasure.
Hell
With no consequence either. We're just taking it all and we'll leave it.
Absolutely, we get it for
We'll
free.
Yeah, it's
My
great.
king already cleared this area for us.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
There's no concern that you might be disturbing the dead who have already suffered, and that,
Fuck the dead.
I'm planning to disturb them.
Yeah, that's the goal. Koibu.
no one here's concerned that it
them.
might be, okay, cool, fuck them,
No,
yeah.
fuck 'em.
You start
Yeah,
pulling
fuck
shit
'em.
off of people. A couple of rings over here. That's a nice gold ring. Hey, this person just has like a bag of 50 silver with them. Oh my god, this person's got 6 bags of silver with them.
We're rich.
We're
rich.
Are there any exquisite rings?
Rich, sure, Captain.
Well,
Richer.
it's a big tomb. You spend, the first half hour walking through this and pulling things off, and you haven't explored the entire thing. And at a certain point, you're going to have a discussion of how much time you want to spend here, because you could probably spend maybe, I don't know, a day scouring this place looking for things.
Yeah, it's the
wanna
easiest
stay
money
down
we've ever
here.
made in our life.
I want to stay down here until the night, and then when it's nighttime, I want to go up. Nilrum's creeped out about tombs at nighttime, and he'll implore that to the captain. But during the daytime, I think it's probably safe.
I would usually rib on you for being superstitious, Noran, but given what happened last time we were in a place like this, I think it's probably wise.
So, the first 4 rings that I get, going on the heart fingers. Don't tell me if I got anything, but just telling you.
Yeah, you start.
Can I-
Go ahead.
Can I find a big ass necklace somewhere?
Yes.
All right, I'm
You
letting
would-
people wear the jewelry, but we will be. It's not finders keepers down here, okay? We will be assessing this when we get back.
Yeah, it's like, pirates, they get new shit, they put it on.
Yeah, that's fine.
There are many big ass necklaces. There's one that is, various links of different types of metal all banded together. There's one that has just like large chunks of crystal hanging off of it that are like decorative and graced or accented with silver ornamentations. What style of big ass necklace are you looking for, Archie?
Like a stopwatch, giant clock.
Yeah, the closer it is to just like a big ass fucking like big
He wants a
metal links,
chain.
big gold links or something. I want yeah.
Yeah, there's a necklace of varying links. One of them looks like it's made out of silver, one looks like it's gold, one looks like it's tin, one looks like it's copper, bronze, brass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that looks good. I want that.
Right. It weighs like 3 pounds. It's heavy.
Sick.
That's base.
You out?
Is it like a choker on him because of his giant neck?
Any
No, it's designed to
Nope.
be big and hang.
Yeah, massive. Yeah, okay.
Nilrum will probably go a once over before we go up, and he's gonna be looking for like exquisite clothing, whether it be like an exquisite cloak, exquisite shoes.
Just take a quick look here. So you'll have about an hour and almost 2 hours of light down here before Sail's light spell wears off. You can gather all the best jewelry, all the best, wealth that you can find and stack it near the front until you have just like heaps and heaps of this stuff. You can find some crates and some boxes in those 2 side rooms that are like storage rooms just to help maintain the area that you can pile the treasure in. And when Sail's light goes out, you will have piled yourself maybe 100 pounds worth of loot up here.
And
What percentage of the place have we explored?
You have not explored the whole thing, so you don't know if it's 5% or 95%, right? As long as there's an unknown area, it could be, forever.
we need to leave and go probably like a mile away, camp, and then come back tomorrow when.
Yeah, with more light spells. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think stay in the city though, since there's provide some shelter from the sand, right? But maybe just on the other side of the city, away from this place.
It seems
What do you
like
think?
seems like that's a fine idea. Yeah.
Yeah. Because don't forget that who knows what's living out in these deserts. If we camp in the open, we might be in more danger.
Well, to be fair, I don't think there's anything living out in these deserts that's not a conjured being. Look at it.
Perhaps. Yeah, well, maybe. Sandworms or some crazy shit. Who knows? Pancakes.
The lady wrote it was a paradise before, so don't. Actually, I
Wow.
think we should stay outside of the city. My reasoning, and you can disagree, you can make the call. My reasoning is this area was a paradise. Gardens, reflecting pools, temples, music. There weren't sandworms here before. There shouldn't be sandworms just kind of coming out of nowhere, if that makes sense. This wasn't always a desert. If anything, the hardest place would be to stay would be here in the city.
Does that make sense? I mean, if the land changes, the animals change, no? Is that not just... Do they have to come from somewhere?
Well, we can get into evolution and whatnot, Captain, but I don't think 85 years is enough for sandworm to evolve and prosper here. But you're the captain. You make the call. It's up to you.
Well, first off, we closed the door, Neil, on the way back out. That's point number one.
Yeah, we get a rock and we're gonna put it over it.
You can close the door. You can rebury the area if you would like.
Good fucking
If we can, yeah. Point number two, I will ask the party. Do you guys feel safer sleeping in the city or on the sands?
In terms of safe from the elements, a little bit of shelter
Oh.
that's given by the buildings is probably
In
better.
general, yeah.
But last time we
You-
stayed in the city destroyed by the White Prince, not very
Yeah.
good things happened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's get out of the
Mostly-
city and we'll just come back and pillage.
I think Magic Man's right.
More scared of undead than sandworms?
Absolutely.
All right. That's fine.
How big are sandworms? They sound tiny.
Sandworm will die to my lightning bolt, probably. And undead? I don't know.
So once you've finished with the crypt and hauled the loot out, you still have many hours before the sun sets. Do you just fuck off, or are you gonna wander around the city some more?
I think we leave for an hour.
Let's leave. We'll get an early night. And we'll go back, like, at first light.
We were already
Are we-
greedy enough.
Are we stashing the loot in the crypt? Like, we're not bringing it with us tonight?
No, we're bringing it with us, I think.
Yeah.
You head out to the desert. You make some sort of improvised shelters where you can like lay down and stack your backpacks in a way that you can breathe semi-normally, and put some extra cloaks or whatever over you to sort of create a semi non-dusty space.
Nilrim is since we have a lot, we have a lot of hours of daylight and stuff. We chose to leave early. I'm gonna use my appraising efficiency, and
Nice.
I'm gonna do an appraisal check on all the shit. And I'm gonna go through and you can tell me how many are like exquisite pieces that aren't harmed by you know what I'm for.
Yeah,
We
I know
want
what
magic items. Yeah, you get.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck,
Not
dude?
bad.
Well, it's a lot of stuff. That's all old, and it's not like it's like
Whatever the buyer wants to pay,
Yeah, it's kind of like antiquated styles. When you're looking at the stuff, you're pretty much just separating it by the material it's made out of, because some of the stuff is like kind of fucking ugly, like weird stylistic art that you're not into. So
Would they
you
have
kinda-
no like antique value though?
maybe
No
to
one
the
will
right
shrug.
buyer, but like
Yeah.
on an open market.
No one will
Yeah.
shrug and be like, I don't know, this shit's probably just worth its scrap value.
So you can separate it into like, silver over here, gold over here, other metals over here, and judge it based on like its approximate weight.
Any
And-
platinum?
Gems?
No, you
Or
don't see
metal?
anything of platinum in here. It's
No metal?
mostly gold and silver with some copper and bronze and tin mixed in. It doesn't look like this is the hall of
This isn't the
an
good stuff.
extremely wealthy, society. This isn't like the king's tomb. This is the wealthy people from a small town sort of people. So it's mostly silver with some gold and then a bunch of other like little crap.
Is there not any like rings with gems in them or anything like that?
There are, yes, but the gemstones are kind of small, and Nilrim's looking at them, and at first you're like, oh my god, diamonds, all these wonderful things, and then on closer look, you're like, actually, I think this is just a quartz crystal that has been like cut and set into a gem, into a ring. It looks kind of like, But you did end up with 100 pounds of loot, and 80% of it is silver, 10% of it is gold, and 10% is other materials. That is 80 pounds silver, 10 pounds gold.
A pound is what, 50 coins?
Mm-hmm.
So 80 pounds is like 4,000 silver.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If you were
Normal.
to convert it straight to
Yeah.
coinage, right? If
You'd
you were
have
to melt it
you'd have
down.
to pay something.
But
Yeah.
in theory, the rings or the jewelry version is a little bit more expensive. There's inherent value in the jewelry.
The work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Well,
It
we
might
keep
be
watches
worth
for the night.
more than it looks, Captain. I might not
Hey.
particularly love this style, but there's more down there. We'll go get it.
We're not finished yet.
That's right.
Yeah,
So
the
make
night-
sure to take a bunch of light spells.
Yeah. Do you want me to take any detect magic, or will you handle that?
Take some, and I'll take some.
Okay, I'll do 2 and 3.
Okay, I'm gonna take 1.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast 1 in the morning, Koibu. I'm gonna learn 1. I'm gonna cast 1, and then I'm gonna relearn.
How do we want to approach this crypt tomorrow? Do we want to do a systematic mapping of it and then look for the richest tomb, or do we want to continue to just go to each room?
I think we
Good
just
point.
from front to back.
Is it
take
complicated
what
enough
you
that
see
we
on the
would
back.
need a map though, or is it pretty straightforward?
I don't mean like a make a map. I mean just have a general idea, like, oh, this is the really big chamber with like the columns and all the super
I think we
rich
should
people.
do front to back currently because if anything happens, we'll already have loot on us and we'll be able to retreat without worrying.
Good call.
So I think front to back, which is kind of what I hope we've been doing.
Yeah, that's what we were doing. Okay.
Does the night pass?
The night passes without any problems other than, problems of breathing because of the dust.
I cast detect magic on all the loot.
There's no magic loot here. But we should take our first break here and come back on the second side. More Tides of Death.
Right, sir.
Soon. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tides of Death. Our party wakes up the next day. No magic on the items, unfortunately. Big letdown here. But you can make your way back into town. Rested, revitalized, knowing what you're doing this time. Make your way back over the wall, back towards the rough middle of town, towards the crypty area. It's still semi-buried as you left it the previous day. It will only take you a few minutes to unbury it and re-throw open those doors. Once again, you're cast into darkness until someone produces light.
I assume we would have casted light before we went, but yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you cast light on your rapier, and you return to looting the tomb.
Norum runs down the halls with detect magic on. I'm going to be using my 2 rounds per level, aka 10 minutes, to
What
scour.
happened to front to back, nice and slow?
That is
Isn't it gonna be blocked by the lids of the sarcophagi and all
I
that?
thought we had everything opened. I wanted to kind of go back through the places that we've already been, just in case, because we were mainly pulling jewelry, just in case we missed something.
Just in case you
So-
missed something, right?
I'm
Okay.
gonna use my detect magic because we have 2 or 3 more to look at the shit that we may have missed. All of the stuff that's still open.
Yeah. You take a look at the stuff you've already opened, and you find no magic.
Cool.
No magic here.
Do I see any magic anywhere else? Like any doors? Cool.
No. At first, it's nothing, and then as you get towards the back, down the end of the main hall, you do see one zone, not like a magical item, but like a holy area, like a consecrated ground.
Does this area look untouched? Is this area magically lit at all?
Nope.
Okay.
Rest of the party, while Nilrum's excitedly going about scouring for magic, are you following close behind him? Are you looting tombs? Is anyone watching the door?
My assumption would be Nilrim would need light to see where he's going, so I'd probably be right behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we want to leave the light radius, so probably all of us are.
Everyone together.
least
No one
somewhat
watching the
nearby.
door. No one spread out.
Yeah.
Everyone one nice tight cluster.
I'm not gonna go into the zone. I'm gonna halt and I'm gonna explain to them what's in front of us. Can I give? Well, I guess you kind of maybe gave it to me already. Consecration. Can I get like a spellcraft check on this or arcanology?
Yeah. Give me a spellcraft check.
33.
This is outside of the realm of arcane magic. What you're seeing here is sort of like a shimmering holy magic, a zone of consecrated by some sort of deity or by the cleric of some sort of deity. What you see
Does
is
it look?
it's like
oh, sorry.
an extension of a hallway. There's like maybe an intersection that you were going down, and then there's the hallway that goes forward, and then at the back of the hallway, maybe 40 feet deep, is like a set of vertical bars, almost like jail cell style bars. And the hallway leading up to those bars is consecrated, possibly the bars and the thing beyond, but the consecration in front of you is like, making it difficult to see what else is beyond it.
I'll ask the party. Can you guys see the consecration without the detect magic? Can you see what I'm seeing?
Nope.
They can't. I'll explain exactly what it is, and I'm gonna ask Sale. Do you know anything about this?
No, I don't think I know. What is it? I have no formal training in being a cleric, so
And none. That makes sense. Well, let's finish. I'll whisper. Let's finish looting this area, and then we can figure this out at the end.
You can
Okay.
finish up everything else fairly quickly. You were near the end of scouring this zone. You can pull out another 10 pounds of loot.
Cool.
And with maybe, an hour left on your light spell, it is just the hallway before you. Now that you're taking some time with this, you'll note that on the front wall, because you're at this intersection and the hallway goes, on either side of the hall are skulls, in bas relief, with the symbol of Verasi above them. This area looks like it is consecrated to Verasi, goddess of
This is
death
weird.
and destruction.
Because the lady who had the book was a Martha cleric. I'm gonna go through the book. Can I find anything about anything, I guess?
Yeah, the book is called the Book of the Dead. On the very front of it is a very similar, same style of skull and symbols of Verasi on all four corners. Verasi being the
Nothing about
goddess
the
of
fear.
death and destruction is not necessarily an evil position. You can also think of Verasi as the Grim Reaper, the one who takes you to the other side. She's also,
Yeah.
the thing that comes and murders you in your sleep, but she's a multi-dimensional, the various aspects of death, including sort of I am tired of my life. I want to go into one of these new Swedish suicide pods and, peacefully pass on.
Is death celebrated anywhere? In, I guess, Arcadia? It's a...
Yeah.
Okay.
In its own way,
Yeah. Like Day of the Dead or something, maybe somewhere.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Seeing a tomb consecrated with symbols of Verasi is not too terribly uncharacteristic. This is
Yeah.
maybe a little bit more than you've ever seen, but it doesn't, whatever. Different strokes for different folks.
Okay.
So what are
Alright,
you saying, Nilrim? It's dangerous in there?
That's what it seems to be. Well, oh, sorry. No, that's not what it seems to be. It's a tomb. It's a tomb of Verasi, Different strokes for different folks. He'll explain that Verasi isn't all bad.
Is
Kind of
it?
just
Is
a
it?
passing on?
Is it the whole room that's consecrated, or is it just a specific part of the floor? Or
He'll point to the area that he can see. It's a little bit difficult for me to tell through the shimmer. It's probably best if...
yeah, but are we sorry? Are we talking this a section of a hallway, or is it a room?
the whole hallway, I believe, going
give you
up to the bars.
Wickle doodle here. So we are. Oh, that is not how you draw. So we're at a four-way intersection.
Yep.
Down is the way that you've come,
Yeah.
and then towards the top. Money, buddy, come on. Map is just too big for it to handle.
Why don't you switch us to another page?
That is what a wise person would do. At the top is the consecrated Verasi zone.
And
then-
we've been to the left and we've been to the right.
Yeah, to the left and to the right are just ordinary, more tomby tombs.
Okay.
All right.
But wait. Sorry to be pedantic, but the question still stands: is it a section of the hallway, or does it open up into a room? And
It
it's
does
the room
open
that is-
into a room beyond. What Nilrim
Yeah.
can see is that the hallway is consecrated, but that doesn't give you any information about the room beyond. Maybe it's
Okay.
just the hallway and the room beyond isn't, or maybe it's all one
Yeah.
big consecrated zone.
We're not
Okay, so let me get this straight. There's an underground dungeon, and then the last main chamber. You're saying that it's enchanted, and the way you've chosen to to show that is that there's a giant skull in that room. Just to
Because
kind of
it's
just-
Verasi,
No, I
goddess
understand.
of death and destruction. Yeah.
I've played enough games to know what's going on here.
I don't think Nilrim is too concerned about this, genuinely. I think Nilrim sees this as it is a tomb. It's a Verasi tomb. Obviously, they're going to have Verasi's own markings. He's a little bit concerned about the consecration zone, but he has the book. They asked him to do a task. which is kill the White Prince. I think that our party is pretty about that. We've already made strides towards it. So Nilrim will say out loud, all right, guys, I'm gonna, test it.
After you, Nilrim.
Nilrim will take off anything that he's stolen from the tomb, give it to someone else, and he will put his hand through the zone. And if nothing happens,
you
he will step
just
through.
put your hand in the zone. I'm sorry, I missed the preamble too.
Yeah. He's gonna put his hand in and then step through. If nothing happened.
Yeah,
you
you
leave it
put your hand in and step through, and it's fine. It's just you're just in a hallway. It's just an ordinary hall. You're fine.
Okay. I'll ask Sale. Can I see the rapier real quick?
Yeah,
And
I'll hand
pull
him
my
the-
hand out, grab the rapier, and bring it back in.
Sale, as you get close enough to hand him the rapier, you feel a very intense heat coming off of this hallway, to the point that you don't want to put your hand across the threshold of this consecrated ground. It feels feels like burning.
Yeah, I'll attempt to push through it slightly, and then I'll be like, "You guys can't feel that? Oh my god, it feels like I'm burning," and I'll step away from the zone.
It
No,
just feels
and
like
then
it's
I'll-
burning. I put my hand there. I feel fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
I'll say, wait here, Sale. You might want to cast another light. And I'll.
Well, I'll cast a light on something and give it to you, like something else, and give it to Archie.
Oh, sure, that works. Yeah.
I'll hand my light rapier to Archie, and I'll sit down in the hallway, befuddled.
All right. Well, I guess you're staying here, Sale. After you, Nilrim.
We'll keep going.
Yep, you walk down the hall. It's not particularly long, but along the way, there are sconces in the walls where you could put torches if you wanted to light this zone. And there are more skull-style decorations all the way up to the iron grate itself with a door that would swing open in the middle of it with a nice big fat beautiful lock in the middle of it, and the lock itself is shaped like a skull, and you would put the key in where the mouth would be. And beyond, through the grates, the light shed by the rapier that Sale has handed you is a large sarcophagus at the back. You can see that there are little stacks of gold coins on the lid of the sarcophagus. There are jars nearby. There's all sorts of stuff in here. This must be where all the good stuff is.
That's right. I go like that. Here it is, Captain.
All right. Let me check up the traps first.
Smart.
I check up the traps now.
5%?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You roll it. You're right. You should roll it.
True.
You willing to give me the second roll on that one? That's generous.
Okay. Yeah. It's not trapped.
Okay. Look
Alright,
safe,
is it
Nilrim.
locked?
Yes. You
I
give
ca-
it a rattle. It is locked.
I cast knock.
Fine.
So you're useless.
Yeah.
You throw a knock on the.
I also have spider. Goodbye, thief class.
It's okay. I still get XP from stealing. Oh wait,
Yeah. Oh.
the mud.
Surely he'll level up faster.
Sorry, I'm not gonna bitch and moan about it like Steven.
Thank you.
Yeah. Complaining his character's weak while he's got the most HP any character ever, and a plus 15 to hit.
The knock spell goes off, and you can hear the sound as it goes off of heavy things moving within the lock, and then it's and everything seems to unlock momentarily, and then solidify itself again, drop back down into place.
Okay. I have another one. So this time I'm gonna tell Archie to get ready, and as soon as my knock spell, well, just the whole time, just be pushing.
Yeah,
So
we'll
when
both
my
do it.
Other knock spell goes off, I hope that they're able to push it up and hold it open after that.
Mhm.
and fuck with the mechanism. So here's my last knock spell.
You throw down another lock. Archie and Captain put their weight against it and try to open it, but it does not seem to work. This is some sort of lock that has been designed to not open to a knock spell. It must have multiple locks within it that are self-relocking.
Not so smug now, I know him. I reach into my bag and pull out my thieves' tools. This looks like a tough one. Let me get a closer look. I kneel down in front of the... Is there a lock? Is there an obvious lock?
Yeah, it's seemingly the mouth of the skeleton of the skull on the door. But now that you get in here, you notice that there's one big one in the middle for some sort of primary lock, and then there are like some other holes on the sides where there would be other locks. This lock is indeed a multi-locked door. You would need probably a few keys to get into this thing, not just one.
Well, I'm going to try and do all three at the same time with the lockpicks.
Okay.
I try and get them. I want to get them to the point, and I'll have Archie or Nilron come in and hold it. Then I'll do the next one and get that to the point and have the other one hold that. And I'll get them, and then I'll just like flick them all at the same time.
Great. You're going to need 3 lock-picking attempts then.
Yep.
And they're all going to need to be successful.
Yep. Easy. Any bonuses?
No.
Okay. Should be fine. Should be fine. Oh.
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
He wanted high.
All 3 of them are quite difficult now that you're getting at this thing. Unsurprisingly, the triple locked gate designed to, stop basic knock spells is also not particularly easy to pick. But there,
Well,
just through the bars, just out of reach. Treasure, wealth, who knows what.
Can I make another attempt, or am I done until the next level?
You
on
are
these
done
locks?
until the next level.
All right. Archie, are you ready?
Archie looks at Miller in confusion.
You gotta bend those bars, buddy. And I enlarge Archie 50%.
Nice.
Yeah, of course I'm ready. Yeah, I got
If
this.
it's 10% per level, I enlarge him 50%.
Yeah. This increases height, width, weight, magical properties. Thus, table blocking a door would be heavier. A creature's hit points, armor class, attack rolls do not change, but damage rolls increase proportionally with size. But this is not the same thing as a strength spell, right? There, that's a
is not.
separate spell altogether.
That's correct, but you are, with him increasing, if you're bigger, if you're 50% bigger, he should be able to do more, right?
But then what's the point of a strength spell if you've got, like, enlarge is just...
Well, it's not as good as a strength spell. I'm not
Right,
saying
well-
he's going to be 20 strength. I'm saying he might be 18 here.
Is this thing on a raised dais or anything, or is it just on the ground?
What is this? What is the thing in the...
The sarcophagus.
No, it's just sitting on the ground.
I wonder if we could not lift it vertical and then sort of just like topple it over and hope that it like smashes across the stone.
It's out
We
of
haven't
reach
ever
of your
had-
arm. You can't
Oh, yeah, it's
touch
on the
it.
other side.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a locked door leading towards the sarcophagus.
Right. This is the door that
Oh.
leads into the room.
Should have reduced him. He could have snuck through the bars.
Well, apparently my spell hasn't gone off yet, so let's talk about it. Why wouldn't you? Oh my god. If
The second... Is it a second level spell?
it's a first
Strength?
level spell. Oh, sorry, strength.
Yeah.
It's the second level clerical spell.
So if strength gives you... If it takes a second level spell to gain D8 points of strength, and then that's only, 10% on the 18-100s or whatever,
Mhm.
I don't think that a first level spell will do the equivalent.
I guess I would. How much does it give you?
It
Strength?
depends on your class. Like, wizards get D4 strength, warriors get D8 strength. So there's a range.
Can you
but-
not cut it in half?
I don't think so. I think you need
Okay,
the
that's
strength
fine.
spell to get the strength.
All right. I'm not
I
fucking
could-
around. RG, bend the bars. Let's go.
I'll try for him to bend the bars, and then I will if you'll let me, I'll cast Reduce instead.
You have to memorize the enlarge or the reduce version.
That's right. Okay, yeah. I have enlarged then. Yep.
You could maybe enlarge the bars or the lock, try and warp it. Or
I've
is that
tried
what
that
you were just
before, but
talking
he
about?
doesn't.
Yeah,
He he's not cool with that.
Yeah, maybe if it was like shitty construction, you could do it. But if the construction is good, which it is here, it wouldn't bend or budge. Archie,
Alright, Archie's
you have
gonna
a
bend the bars.
13% chance to bend these bars.
Easy.
Sail giving me bless do anything?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
He could give you moment, but
Moments.
And I
yeah.
didn't bring
he's
it.
on the other
sadly.
side. Yeah, he doesn't have.
All right, how do I do this check? It's in the skills one, right?
It's just a D100. You want a 13 or
it.
lower.
Come on, dude. You can do it, yeah.
Archie's gonna walk around the room, hype himself up a little bit,
You got this, Archie. Let's go. You're made for this.
crack his joints, get ready, get in position. And he's gonna start.
Whoa. The muscles
shit.
bulge. The veins pop out of your skull. But after straining yourself, you must give up. There's no
Alright.
way. They're well made.
Can't do it, Captain.
Really? Is it that strong? I go and take a little. I'll give it a go myself, Neil. I need a one.
Yeah.
If
fuck
Archie
if
can't do
anyone-
it, you can't do it.
Come on, if I roll a 1, I can do it.
If I roll a 2, I can do it.
If
If
roll a
Archie
1,
with
Neil.
17 strength can't do it, it can't be done.
I'm rolling this dice. And
Oh.
if I get a 1 and you don't let me do it, I'm gonna riot, okay?
I'm
Yeah, I
not
can do
here.
There you go, it's fine. There's no risk. You didn't have to make that. You knew I wasn't gonna roll a 1, it was
Yeah,
fine.
you didn't have to do that. Okay, hear me out. Oh, sorry. I got
I'm
a
not here,
plan.
but I do have an idea. Couldn't you like put something like thin and long in between the two bars to where it's like touching both bars? Enlarge that as Archie pulls, and maybe get the bars to bend at the same time.
Oh shit.
Oh.
I don't know.
That's-
You mean like a crowbar? Did anyone bring a crowbar?
Or a rock. Would probably work.
I didn't bring a crowbar, but I do have an idea real quick.
Wait. What if we put the chain that I got around 2 bars, tied it tight, and then you reduced it?
I don't have reduce.
Oh, okay.
I have enlarge right now.
I think we only have one more day of food too, so it's not like we can sit here trying stuff forever.
Okay, I got an idea. And Koibu's not gonna like it. He's not gonna let me do it, but it's cool and it should work. So I have rope trick. Okay. You can go up to an
Oh.
extra-dimensional place.
Oh yeah.
You should be able to swing the rope on the other side of the bars and go down after you go up. You place the portable hole above
Right
it,
next to
kind
the
of
gates.
Right next to it. And I'll link it in chat for you.
That would work. I think that would work.
Big brain move, yeah.
Yeah.
But it should work because you should be able to get enough clipping over where you have to.
It depends how
squeeze and
thick
get under.
it depends how thick the door is, doesn't it? Like if it was like a 2-foot thick door, it wouldn't work. But if it's just like a few bars.
So you're saying that rope trick just
I
lets
am
you
saying-
bypass any thin wall or any door ever?
Not door because you need to be able to because it has to be able to go through. But bar, yes, because the rope you have to be able to climb down on the other side, I would assume. You can't just plop out, but the rope can go through here. They should have put a door and not bar, is what I'm trying to tell you.
idiots.
Rope trick does not work. It cannot clip through walls
There it
or
is.
bars in this way. It
It
is
is.
not a bypass bar spell, unfortunately.
If it was a video game, it would work.
It would have totally worked.
True.
All right, we need the keys. The keys are somewhere in here probably. So we're going to go and scavenge the bodies for keys.
All right, we're going to check I go first and check the body.
You've looted the tombs. There's no keys anywhere to be found. The body of the cleric with the broken legs, with the rock on him. She doesn't have any keys on her.
Okay, wait. Do I feel with a knock spell, right? I know I can't unlock the lock myself, but do I feel like I could use the lock picks when he casts the knock spell? I could use them to like stop it re-engaging. And then if he had 3 knock spells, and I did
only
each
have
one individually,
2.
I know, but we could come back.
Yeah.
I could maybe hold them, stop them from re-engaging. Then he does the next one. I do the same with that, and then I do it with the third one, and then hopefully it'll unlock them.
You would still need to be able to successfully pick them because it's not just a simple matter of like pushing a tumbler out of a way. There's a more complicated mechanism happening in here, so you would need to know
unlocks, I
exactly
wouldn't
how
know-
to
I
hold
could
it.
But I could jam it, right? No?
No, because if you jam it, you're probably just going to break it. You're probably going to jam it locked.
Well, I don't know what other recourse we have.
Okay.
Did you detect if the lock is magical, by the way, or is it just a normal?
I haven't looked at it yet. No, I don't have the detect magic right now. Okay, hear me out. Enlarge doesn't grant strength, but it does change conditions considerably for Archie's bend bars check. I will argue that he should get at least another at the same 13.
Do we feel like it's small enough that if you reduced the thinnest one of us, we could sneak through the bar?
The big man.
The bars are designed to be... They're close enough together that like a halfling couldn't walk through them, right? Or a gnome couldn't walk through them. So I don't think that you would... In theory, you can reduce someone really, really small, right? If you're a 9th level wizard, you could reduce someone small enough to walk through here. Nilram, you're a 5th level wizard, right?
5th level, yep.
So you would reduce someone down to like halfling size, and these bars are too thin for a halfling still. But in a couple levels, or if you found a halfling, or like a really scrawny child, maybe
We could do it.
you might
Do you
need to
agree
come
that
back
enlarge-
with the right stuff to handle this situation.
Can enlarge grant another check?
Mm-mm.
Bigger hands, better leverage. It doesn't grant strength, but I think another check would work, right?
No, because his strength is still the same, and he's got all the leverage he needs, right? He can position himself in the right position. You know, we're assuming optimal conditions for the bending of these bars.
Yeah.
Seymour would fit through, right? I don't
We
know.
do have a monkey.
Oh yeah, Seymour would fit through, no problem.
I don't think
Time
that
for
helps
Seymour
us,
to
though.
do it.
Yeah, I think the curiosity is too much. I like hold his hand and lead him through the bars.
He walks through and looks back at you. Woo, woo.
I'm gonna point to the sarcophagus and the money.
No. I want to
He
see if there's
scampers
like
across the floor and picks
No,
up some coins.
Wait,
in his
I've
hands
got
and
animal
scampers.
handling. Hang on. Okay, he comes back with the coins. I take the coins. Great.
He comes back with like 2 coins in his hands and hands them to you.
Yes, I clap. for him.
Nice,
I take them and
Seymour.
give him a bit of food.
Point again? Or no.
I want him
Yeah.
to look if there's any like buttons or anything he can press. I give him a meaningful look that says, "Look for secret buttons."
Can you convey that to me with your eyes, Nick?
Yeah. Well, you're not a monkey, so you wouldn't get it.
Okay, but
But I'll show you
but
what
pretend
it's like.
I'm as dumb as a monkey. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I also haven't got animal handling, so I can just do my best impression, obviously. But
Okay.
John's impression would be a lot better. But it's kind of like this. It's like that.
All right, give me the most amazing animal handling check in the world.
Oh
Oh.
shit!
Jesus
Seymour.
Christ.
It's gonna work too.
He just climbs up the bars and looks at the ceiling and smacks the wall a little bit and then scampers back down the bars.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
were they at least gold coins?
Yes, they were gold coins.
Hear me out. We can make Seymour 50% bigger when he's on the other side. If we can teach him how to like pull the sarcophagus, when he's 50% bigger, he might be able to move it over to us.
I think he's gonna.
Coach Monkey. There's no way. There's no way.
All right, no, I grab his hand and pull him back through.
I want to revisit a previous idea of jamming something between the bars and maybe enlarging it.
Enlarging that.
Yeah.
Like what about like my brass knuckles?
Like stick them between the bars and
Yeah.
enlarge them to like push the bars
Yeah.
to the side. You know, brass knuckles are strong. That
Yeah.
is a solid piece of metal. Okay, if you use the brass knuckles in between the bars, I will grant you another strength check, bend bars check, with the brass
13%.
knuckles being enlarged between them.
Okay.
Sail, don't you have heat metal?
I do, but I'd have to get through the consecration, and I'm not there. So you can't.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
while this is going on, I would like to be probing the consecration zone to see if I can get through it.
every time you move close to it, you feel this like intense heat, sort of like you ever gotten really badly sunburned before, and everything's
Yep.
just sort of like baking in your skin. Yeah.
I am going to I'm going to like get a running head start. And see
Jesus
if I
Christ.
can constitute check my way through the barrier, or if it'll just kill me.
Excellent. Right. You back up.
Sail's just about to charge into
Take
us.
a deep breath. And you're just gonna throw yourself through the consecration zone. Right?
I'm gonna see, like, just see if I can. But obviously, my plan being trying to like get back if it hurts.
Yeah.
It's going to
Alright.
hurt, obviously.
Okay, Sail. Give me a constitution check for your ability to withstand pain.
He burns so crisp.
Ah, you throw yourself through the zone. Your hair catches fire. Your clothes catch fire. You become a literal burning torch
What
as
the
you
fuck, Sail?
go through the zone. You immediately take 4 points of damage.
That's it.
I will leave.
He's on
You
fire.
Yeah. His hair
I take off my cloak and start, like, I try and push him to the ground and, like, put the fire out.
Yeah, you can leave the zone. It's very easy to get yourself out of that zone. And once you're out, the flames seem to be kind of go out on their own. And then John comes over and like smothers you with his cloak. And the flames are gone, but you did take 4 damage and you have no hair left on your head. And the whole area smells like that, incinerated.
God damn. I leaned
Sail.
over to Miller. I thought he was bullshitting and just didn't want to help us because he was lazy.
I'll shake
Sail.
my head.
What was that?
I'm sitting out here in the darkness on my own. I wanted
Why
to
did
see
you
what
just
would happen.
spontaneously catch fire?
I don't know. Whenever I go close to these skulls, I get hot, and apparently, it's not just my skin. Yeah. Does my hair look okay? Oh my god.
No eyebrows.
Oh my god.
I think I'd like take a few steps back away from Sail and like, regard him a little bit, and then cautiously help him back to his feet. But having some unsure thoughts about what just happened there.
I enlarge the brass knuckles and give him another 13% chance.
All right, you can do it, Archie. 13%. D100.
Come on. Bent.
Oh, that's just not doing it.
Damn it.
Maybe if we come back tomorrow, Captain can hopefully pick 2. Oh, he can't. He can't repick.
I'll have to try again another day, another level.
I
The
failed
keys
all
have to be
3,
somewhere
yeah.
in this town, so we'll see.
Can
Take a
we?
lifetime to do.
We're out of food.
Where do we feel like this consecration zone is coming from? Is it just there, or
This is
You two got any other spells that maybe you could prepare that would help with this, or are we done here?
I could, well, I assume we're all talking. I could, in theory, give him assistance with a moment spell, or
what spells
Yeah.
do you have? Like third.
I don't have anything with me.
No, just in the future, like if we rest.
Oh, in the future, I could use moment. I could use. Yeah, I think just moment is all I could really use to assist.
If moment boosts his chance, Neil, does that give him another chance?
No, we're not gonna just stack
Yeah,
on
that's fine.
infinite chances like this.
Do you have heat metal?
I have 1 copy of heat metal on me right now.
Oh, and it's ready?
It's ready. Yeah.
It's ranged, right?
How far is it?
Yeah, it's 40 yards.
40 yards. Can he not cast heat metal on the thing? And it should...
That is within 40 yards. It is. However, how do you bend the heated metal if it's so hot it's going to like burn you? If it's dealing, it does damage every time you interact with it.
Kick it, maybe?
I
It
feel
is.
like I feel like there'd be like a sweet spot at which you could still touch it, but it's still softer, right?
You should
Even
like
if
bash
it's
it with
not-
a rock or something.
Yeah,
I feel
even
like
if
the The trifecta is like enlarged Archie, enlarged brass knuckle, heat metal, all working together to like give
He
him
just
another.
punches it. But yeah, I feel like if the metal's hot enough, you could just like grab a rock and just like start smashing it.
Yeah,
Like a hammer.
like if I punch it with a brass knuckle, right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Alternatively, like freezing the metal and then getting like extreme leverage with like a crowbar could potentially like just shear the metal.
Shatter it. Yeah. Is there an opposite to heat metal?
Yeah, it's the spell can be reversed.
Oh. How does that work? Does it say anything about it making metal brittle?
Isn't the metal item literally like turned to liquid?
No.
It's just I think it's just made like hot enough to hurt human hands. I mean, you might get like copper to be soft enough to like forge it, I would imagine.
It becomes very warm and uncomfortable to the touch during the second and next to last rounds. The heat causes blisters and damage. On the third, fourth, and fifth round, it becomes searing hot, causing damage to exposed flesh as shown below. It is hot enough that it will change the properties of the metal temporarily, but it wouldn't liquefy it.
Yeah, but it should
Yeah.
be easier.
Right.
To...
So if you want to heat the metal, you could probably make it a little bit easier to work with. A bend bars check requires you to hold both of the bars and grip them with all your strength and pull them with all your strength. So you're gonna take real damage if you try to bend them at its hottest point. You'll take 2d4 points of damage. If you want to just like bash it, that's a different thing. But you're not going to probably bash it open. That's not a bend bars check. That's just like a
Well, if we
thing.
come back in the morning with moment and with heat, and
Well, there's no reason not to try it now.
no, because moment gives it. If we're only at one shot, moment gives an extra 20%.
Are we only
Here's what I
gonna get
could
one shot on this?
Probably,
I think
right?
the heat metal.
do. Wait. I can give him heat metal, moment, and resist fire, so he takes no damage.
Sure, but
We come back
what
tomorrow
I'm
and do
saying
that.
is the heat metal. It is going to move. The bars are going to be moved. We should be able to try it now. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it should be easier tomorrow to like get a bigger hole for. Right? It is going to stay moved. It shouldn't be a one check thing. This should be literally a try it until it's finished.
heat
Right.
and
Does that
bend
make
and
sense,
heat
Koibu?
and bend and heat
Yeah.
and bend over and over again. I guess in theory, if you have a way of applying pressure to the bars and you can heat them up enough, given
will move.
enough uses of this, it should eventually get through. It's just going to be a matter of time.
So we need resist, but we need to do resist heat. Because if he needs to do it 5 times, it's going to eventually die.
Sure, I'm not saying we. I think you should try it now, so we can just do with the heat metal, right? Archie's gonna take a little bit of damage, but we can heal him up a little bit because we only have one heat metal now. We can't be here for many days, so we need to use when we got it, right?
I guess.
Archie, are you going to grab and pull, or are you going to try and punch, or what is your approach going to be when it gets hot?
Archie, we need you to grab and pull it. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt like hell, but you can take it.
I could probably use something on my hands to make it less uncomfortable, right? Just some cloth or something even.
I'll get a cloak or two off of the.
I
dead
don't think it'll work because heat metal will still hurt you even if you've got like a gamble under your armor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if it's cast on your chainmail and you've got padded armor underneath, it'll still burn you.
Okay. All right, I can do it. This ship better be worth it, I swear to God.
Listen, if it goes too slowly, there's no harm in just going back to the boat, getting more food, and coming back here.
Captain Archie will be fine.
I got this.
He should be able to pull it for the duration.
You know, it's just my hands. It's just the most important thing that I have, the most valuable thing. It'll be okay.
It's the most
I'll
valuable
heal it-
thing we
I'll
all
heal
have.
it immediately. I'll heal your hands immediately after with my own self.
Won't if he does hold onto it during its hot phase, won't it actually disable his hands for a day or two?
Is that what it does?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you get hit by the
We can heal it though. We can.
Okay.
No,
No,
never
I
played
don't
with
know.
the spell before. We'll have to find out. The only
Let-
way we know how.
If it's that risky, I think we should just wait for the heat metal
We don't
spell.
know it's
Just do
that
it
risky
tomorrow.
because we haven't had a heat metal spell before.
We did use one on the lady who jumped in the water.
I know, but grabbing searing hot metal bars is intuitively a really fucking stupid thing to do.
We can heal his hand.
And we've got limited healing spells. What's the disadvantage of just waiting until tomorrow and coming back
Okay,
with...
why didn't we wait a week for you to heal up?
Yeah, I know, but it's just one day. We can get resist heat. We can just come back in the morning. We can still leave and make it back.
Because we only have a minimum number of castings because we're running out of food. If we had unlimited food, I'd be down to wait. But we don't have.
Yeah, sure, but we don't know how many it's going to take. We can always go back to the boat to get more food and come back.
Is there an item Archie could use indirectly for leverage? Like, is there a loose stone somewhere? Is there...
There's a lot of rubble everywhere, but the stones don't work very well for leverage because they're more like large blocks, right? They're not nice long bars. What you really need is a crowbar or a battering ram. You know, there is an appropriate tool for the job that could be acquired. You just don't have it on you.
It's up to Archie. Archie, make the decision. Do you want to take the pain and get us closer to it, or do you want to wait a night? It's up to you. Ultimately, it's gonna hurt like hell.
If my choice is between it hurting like hell right now or us waiting a night and then it not hurting as much, I'll wait.
But if we wait, we might not have enough food to do it.
And if that's the case, we come back.
In theory, tonight could be our only night to get there. I just want you to realize that, Captain. This is the decision you're making.
I'll take the risk.
Cool.
Wait. Is everything here worked stone, or is the floor natural anywhere?
All worked stone, yeah.
Okay, so softened earth and stone won't work. Never mind.
Can we use the chain? To,
we could try. That's one way we could use the heat metal this time. You could latch the chain around the bar, he heats it, and then we could pull it like that, get some amount of work done.
Pull like straight out? Is that what you meant?
Yeah.
Or like apart, right?
Like to the side, left to the right?
Yeah.
You could probably even get more than, like, you could get someone like pulling on you as you pull on the chain as well.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wrap a chain around a bar, heat metal on that one bar, and then yoink, put all your strength on that chain using like your foot as leverage against a wall, and try to use the chain so that way your hands don't burn.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you get Archie and somebody else on the chain, I'll give you Archie's normal bend bars check. I think normally I would give you a penalty for this because that is a less advantageous position than just being able to brace yourself with your hands directly on the bar. But with another person's weight behind it, we'll just give you Archie's regular check. And we'll add the heat metal effect as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's gonna, even if it fails, it might make some permanent damage to the bars. Okay, that's perfect then.
Archie will look at the beautiful chain in a little bit of woe because he really likes it. But gotta do what you gotta do for the crew. Who's gonna help me?
Give me an intelligence check quickly, Archie.
He's got
Don't
the
worry
next
about what
strength.
it is, but just make it yourself.
You should.
Great job.
I say to Archie, the links on the chain are made out of different metals, right, Neil? So I want to choose the one that's the hardest to melt to be the ones that are
ignore
in
that
contact with the
intelligence
bar.
check right now. Yeah, you can put some iron against it. The iron link.
Yeah.
Who's stronger, Nilram or Winters?
I'm 9 strength.
Okay, Nilram, the stronger one. We'll step
Is
up.
Sail not stronger?
I
Do you
can't
think
enter.
Sail can go through the consecration?
Oh shit! Yeah.
I take another running.
No. Heat sails.
Nilram walks up to help him. Can we add my 2 to his 13?
If you were working in tandem, we'd add your max presses together and see what strength that became. But since we're using the ineffective chain as the medium between you guys, we'll just give Archie's regular shit.
All right, Magic Man. You and me.
Let's go.
Let's go.
One.
Same.
Okay. Yeah. So heat metal first, right?
Yeah.
Are we doing heat metal and moment, so you know the right time?
No,
to do this?
we haven't got moments until tomorrow.
Okay, so we don't have moments, so we just know that in this 1 minute when it's the most searing is the appropriate time to pull.
Yeah.
Okay, so Archie's check is normally 13. All right, I know what we're doing here. Go for it.
1, 2.
Oh, it's bad. You bend the bar. Nilrum's behind you. The chains like sort of slipping and sliding across the bar as it heats. You get the impression that maybe it's bending a little bit, but as soon as you give up your strength on it, as soon as like you're exhausted enough that you have to collapse it, you find that the bar has moved like insignificantly, maybe a couple of hairs width. Yeah.
All right, we'll handle it in the morning then.
We'll come back tomorrow. All right, let's make our way to camp.
We leave.
You can exit the tomb, bringing your new haul of loot with you. Another 10 pounds of this. These last 10 pounds were half silver and half gold, respectively. So 15 pounds of gold, 85 pounds of silver, and then like 10 pounds of miscellaneous other crap.
Should I keep track of that, or will you give it to us all at the end of the session?
I'll hold it until the end.
Okay.
Course.
Cool.
You make your way.
We keep watches and stuff.
As everyone settles down for the afternoon and the evening, naturally the topic of sail bursting in flames comes up again.
Yes.
Anyone want to?
Well, I don't know if I want to really.
Yeah, I don't think.
I'm kind of worried. I'm kind of feeling that maybe he's undead or a demon or something. Because why else would he burst into flames over holy ground?
I don't think it gets brought up, actually.
Yeah.
It
might not get brought up.
I'll bring it up. I'll like touch my bald head and be like, "Hey, Archie, we gotta look like each other."
You got a long way to go there, Sail, first, I think.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
good.
how do you get these muscles? That's like incredible, Archie.
Well, start by rowing on a boat for a couple of years, and maybe you can get there, buddy.
Listen, I did a lot of rowing. I don't look like that.
I think it's natural talent.
Yeah. Yeah, I never put too much effort into the rowing. I always sat next to Archie, so picked up the slack.
So,
oh, sorry.
has anyone ever heard of someone bursting into fire before? It's
a little bit concerning, Sail.
a little bit weird. I don't know. Am I cursed?
You might want to go talk to your deity about that.
You know,
I don't
unholy.
think any of us have the answer for it.
Maybe he has a beef with whatever god was down there.
Yeah, maybe it's not just the stir that he hates.
Possibly. I'll be a little
how-
bit uncomfortable. And
how
on the
many-
topic there.
Pounds of food is used in a day? I have 12
2.
pounds on. Okay, and we've been here. This is our third day?
This is the end of your third day going through the desert, yes.
Okay, so we have 2 days worth of food left on us.
No, it's 2 pounds per person.
I had 12 pounds.
Oh, you
You guys
yourself
have
had
food in
2
your
pounds.
character sheet? I don't remember if I was
Uh,
carrying everybody's food.
Yeah, so I've got 12 pounds as well.
Okay, so we have 6 pounds left per person. Okay, so we have 2 days of. So yeah.
Okay.
All right.
You've
I
used
guess
24 pounds of food, right? Because there's 2 of you, or there's 4 of you, and you eat 2 pounds a day, and you've had 3
Yep.
days. So you've had
Yeah, yeah.
24 pounds of food. You each carried 12. Did anyone else have food on them?
Do you have
I
food in your
assume
character sheets, guys?
Sail and
I
Archie.
assume
I don't
I have
everybody
anything
put
on my
food on
sheet.
it.
I don't know.
I thought we each had 3 days.
Days,
Could be
yeah.
Wrong, but
okay.
I think I wrote it down wrong because I have like rations, but it's like number 0, weight 2, so I might have messed up writing that down.
We all took 12 pounds of rations, which I believe was 3 days.
Oh, but we took 12 pounds of rations. That probably also includes your water.
Water, yeah, it
Okay,
does. Yeah,
there we
rations
go.
/ water.
That worked. Okay.
There
that
we
makes
go.
sense.
Okay.
So how much are we actually using a day,
Well,
weight-wise?
that'll be 2 pounds of food and 2 pounds of water a day. So you guys,
Right, so we've got 1
you're
day
out.
left.
We're
This
out.
is-
No, we're out.
This is your third day. You're out. You're gonna be
Well-
hungry and thirsty tomorrow.
If we have a little bit of water, I can make more water tomorrow, and I can
Yeah.
make more food
Oh,
because I have.
perfect. Thank God for you, Sail.
I don't know how this spell works. I've never used it before.
Well, you're going to want to think about your spell list tomorrow, because
Yeah,
we
you're
need a
gonna
lot of
think
spells out of you.
Well,
Well, I can get one. Well, moment, heat metal, and resist fire. They're all level 2, so I can only take 1 of each because I've already got 4 slots. And
Moment, heat metal, and...
resist fire.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
They're all
Yeah,
level
so-
2, so I'll only be able to take 1 copy of each. And then create food and create water, those are level 1 and level 3, so they're not even in the same category.
So, I mean, but if you can make food and water, theoretically, we can just keep trying this day after day, even if we can only do 1 attempt
Yeah.
per day.
However, the boat is on the coast, undefended.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
Neil's rolling that encounter dice, and every day that goes by.
Let's just see how it goes tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Pick your spell list.
All right, I will basically cast away most of my spells, like remove curse. I'll exchange that for create water. I'll get rid of one. No, I'll keep my detect magics, and I'll just take a create water as well.
Maybe you should cast remove curse on yourself.
I'll cast remove curse on myself. I'll wipe out most of my second level spell list. Like I'll cast a Dust Devil, Chaos Ward. I'll soften some random Earth and Stone. I'll take a moment, a Heat Metal, a Resist Fire, and no alignment. There we go. I'm going to cast no alignment on myself.
Tell us, which
Am
way
I
do you
evil?
align, Sail?
I
Well,
believe
he
I
doesn't
am
have an
evil.
alignment.
No, I'm just. I don't have an alignment. That was just a joke. I'll keep Chaos Ward.
Well, why don't we take our second break here, and we will come back on the other side for Tides of Death. See you soon.
All right.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tides of Death. It is the morning of day 4. The desolate wasteland, the island complex of Monshare. Party wakes up. Spells will be picked, and once more we will go into the tombs and try to unlock the great tomb at the end. Is there any concern about leaving your ship parked on this desolate land that no one ever goes to?
We don't got to worry about that because if the ship's gone, we're fucked. So there's no real reason to care.
Cool.
Some
It's
amount
either
of
there or
concern.
it's not.
A reasonable amount of concern.
Do we know what spells we're picking?
Yep.
Yes. I will take create water and create food and water. Do we have any water left?
You could have saved some for this.
Yeah. I'll create 4 cubic meters of just like whatever people like to eat. But I'll reserve 1 cubic feet for Seymour's bananas. He must have his bananas.
A cubic foot of banana is crafted. And then a cubic foot of food and 2 cubic feet of water, or something like that. That should be enough for all of you. You're gonna have a little bit of trouble because it gets created, right? So you'll have to find some way for it just not to fall into the sand and disappear. Where do you create this water such that you can drink it or move it into your containers appropriately?
That's a good question. Do we have any sort of vessels of water? Because I have a
Whatever
great
we're
water.
drinking out of, yeah. Because we had
You got some
we had
water
enough for
skins.
We had enough for 3 to carry 3 days of water, so.
That would just
I
be like
think
a
it-
series of water skins.
What about, is there no like basin or anything inside the crypt?
Yeah, lots of basins inside the crypt.
Yeah,
we'll do
there
it
you go.
there.
Okay. So you hike back to the crypt and then create the water and the food in the crypt. That'll do.
Can we do the creation afterwards? Because I don't know how many spells we're going to be able to get off in this crypt. We ate. We got full stomachs when we wake up. We should be fine to go for until we get out of here, right? Then we can do it.
The food's
I
not that
understand
big of
what
a
you're
deal.
saying.
The water is the problem. You could probably go half a day without water because you would have consumed almost the end of your water last night, and you would wake up thirsty in the morning. You'd spend a half day without water, right?
Hey, well, explain, Nilram, why are we doing this?
I'm just afraid because our demon buddy over here, he says jokingly, went
Wait,
up in
what?
flames. So I don't know if we should be, if we're gonna get a whole bunch of casting off inside this crypt. If you know what I'm saying.
Well, I don't understand magic, so if that's what you think.
I'm cool with either way, but I would just like to get the bars done. We can create our water. It's fine.
Could we like make like a funnel that goes down into all of the, I don't know, water skins, and then like using the
I don't think you guys have the tools for
We
that.
don't have the tools. Yep.
Use the basin. Easy.
Yeah.
Cool. We cast Great Water.
Okay.
We eat the food.
Fast, create food and water. You eat food. You drink water. You're satiated.
So how many pounds of food and water does this give us?
I can create up to enough food for 5 people per day.
Cool.
Okay. So we just get 1 day's rations basically that we use today. So
Yeah,
okay.
we're fed today with great food and water, and
Yeah.
Seymour gets a cubic foot of bananas.
Nice.
And we go and do the thing.
Yep.
It's up to Sail to cast all these spells.
Yeah, I think it takes a little bit of coordination because it takes if I'm reading heat metal, I think it takes 4 rounds to get to its hottest point, and I have to cast 3 spells.
Mm-hmm.
So the order I cast them does kind of matter for the timing of this,
Mm-hmm.
alongside your enlarge. So there's like a little bit of coordination, but I don't think it's too difficult. It's not like a super tight timing because I cast heat metal, and then I do moment, and then I do resist fire, and that should
Yep.
be perfectly fine in that order.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, how long does resist fire last?
1 round per level, I think. Let me.
So it lasts 5 rounds. Cool.
Yeah, so as long as I cast it before he puts his hands on the bars, it should be fine. Heat metal will completely mitigate like, all of the damage from, from heat metal. So I think if I do it in that order, I'll go. Sorry,
Straight up.
I'll heat metal the bars. I will cast moment. Oh wait,
I cast enlarge on Archie.
and then I'll resist fire him as well.
I'm just going to
Archie
read out
doesn't-
loud some of the
Alright.
text of resist fire so we're all on the same page. The recipient can somewhat resist the intense heat or cold, such as red hot charcoal, a large amount of burning oil, flaming swords, firestorms, fireballs, meteor swarms, or red dragon's breath, etc., etc. In all of these cases, temperature affects the creature to some extent. The recipient of the spell gains a bonus of 3 to saving throws against attack forms, and all damage sustained is reduced by 50%. Therefore, if the saving throw is failed, the creature sustains 1/2 damage. If the saving throw is successful, the creature sustains only 1/4 damage. Resistance
There
to fire
is-
lasts 1 round.
There is a sub rule of the heat metal says a heat metal spell that any resist fire completely eliminates all the damage.
Ooh.
Let's see if I can find it. I swear I read that before.
Fire resistance or protection from fire spell totally negates the effects of heat metal spell.
There you go.
So you're good.
Done. Perfect. Even better. So now Archie can do it with his bare hands. Now he can really give it a good tug. Okay, so you're going to heat metal. You're going to moment. You're going to fire resistance. And at the same
I enlarge
time,
him.
MrMouton is going to enlarge the brass knuckles between the bars.
Whatever I think is the best, either enlarging the brass knuckles between the bars or enlarging him.
Okay. Enlarging the brass knuckles between the bars is probably the best.
So
And that's about the right width between the bars. It's about a hand's width. So, let's do it.
So he's got plus 20 from moment. Right.
Last time we did Ben Bar's moment, I think he gave him like a +3 or 4 because 20 seems absurd.
Yeah, because most of the time when you're bending bars, like there is no appropriate moment. Moment's meant to be like a combat.
But there
spell.
literally is this time though, because
This
you need
time,
to, yeah,
there
this time
is an
there actually-
appropriate moment.
So we should get the 20.
The character
Yeah,
gains
the
a
full
bonus
20.
of 20% or +4 to his action. Spell can only affect a single action in a given round. Okay. So I will give you the maximum bonus with moment that I was going to allow for heat metal in this case, because you'll be doing it at the exact pristine right time to start bending and pulling before you exhaust yourself.
And we get a bonus for the enlarge.
And yes, and there's going to be a bonus for enlarge. I think someone else is gonna have to be in there trying to like move get the brass knuckles to be in the right spot as they bend and push.
That'll be Nilram.
Okay, so you'll
If you
enlarge
can.
them and then adjust them appropriately. So we are going to double Archie's bend bars check because we're going to be softening the things, and then we are going to add. What level are you, Nilram?
I'm at 5th level.
Then we'll add 5% for the enlarge in there. That'll bring us to 26 plus 5 should be 31.
And this will only get better with time. Like if we come back tomorrow and do it again, it
Mhm.
should be easier, right? Okay.
But yeah, so if you 31 or lower is going to be a success and the bars are bent enough to get through. Then there is going to be an unspecified range where damage is done to the bars and they're permanently opened slightly, and then a range where, you know, you didn't make a significant difference at all.
Cool. Roll it up.
As low as possible here, Archie.
All right, Archie's hyping himself up one more time. He's thinking. He's not only rubbing his the little necklace that he got from sale, the little artifact. He's also thinking. He also gets the feeling that there's hundreds of people watching him right now, and he wants them to say "Prage." He doesn't know what that means, but he knows. He knows that he can do it. Okay. What are we going? What do I need to hit?
The lowest number you can possibly roll.
Okay.
21 is within the zone.
Nice.
Yes. The bars heat. The brass knuckles get bigger as it gets twisted. Archie's muscles bulge, and soon there's a as the bars give way and bend. The lock
You did it!
completely bypassed.
He'll
Down.
walk around. He'll high five everyone.
Yeah.
I gave Archie his enlarged brass knuckle. And I guess I go through the bars.
So Sales still can't come, right?
No.
Yep. Well, that's a separate issue, but yeah, I'm outside.
Okay. Okay. So we we go.
I go in and I open up the sarcophagus.
There's still gold coins on the top. Sweep them into a bag. You shove the lid over. It slides heavily and thuds on the ground beyond. Inside, you can see a figure wrapped in a white death shawl. It's masculine in make with the smaller hips. The shawl kind of goes over the whole thing but tucks tightly around it. And peeling, I'm assuming you're going to investigate the whole thing like
Well,
you've
hold
done
on.
everything else here.
Do you want to piss off the gods, Captain, or do you want me to? I've already pissed off one. Chuckle.
You go ahead. You know what you do
Alright.
with this kind of thing.
And I will, I'll cast Detect Magic first.
I draw my sword.
We got him.
All right.
There were a few magical sources you find in here. Down at the
Is
feet
this-
Boy.
of the creature, there are.
I would immediately look to see if the creature, before I look at the magic items. Sorry.
The creature itself, the dead body, the corpse, does not appear to be magical.
Yes.
Bing, bing, bing. And
You
that's what we
notice
fuck with
about
it.
a little less than a dozen small magical signatures coming from near the creature's feet.
No.
And you'll notice a very, like some sort of mask sort of thing underneath the sheet that sits on the creature's face that also radiates magic.
What do you see, Nilrim?
What do I see at the feet? You say a dozen things.
Yeah.
Can I get the make of the magic? I have a 50% chance, or I think
Sounds
10% chance per level to recognize if a certain type of magic is present.
Right. Okay. You're 5th level?
Yep.
You do not recognize the school of magic, but you do sort of recognize the object. It looks like a cream tin that you might use for makeup. It looks a lot like the healing salves you have, but a different style, but still sort of a shallow circular dish.
And the mask.
And then
I should get a roll on that as well.
You also don't recognize the mask school. Yeah.
Nilrim, drawn to magic items and power, he will pick up the mask and I guess disturb the creature.
As you peel back the death cloth surrounding it, you'll recognize that there is, while you don't get the school of magic associated with the mask, you do get that same sort of
overwhelming, or
I don't know, what was the word I used? Not sacrosanct.
Consecrated. Consecrated.
Yeah, the same sort of consecrated effect coming off of the mask. Some sort of divine magic.
Is it hot to me?
No, not at all.
Oh.
When you peel back the layers, it just looks like a thin piece of some sort of white stone, maybe, that's carved not to look like the person's face, but just to be like a very generic like humanoid face with holes, no mouth, just holes for eyes.
What's the intensity?
Mild. Or light. I think it's faint, light, moderate, strong, overwhelming. So it's
dim, faint, moderate, strong.
It's dim, then it's faint. It's the second one. 2 out of 5.
I will pick it up and arcanology check. I probably have never heard of this.
You'd need a religion check. It's definitely clerical magic.
I will hand it to the captain. This is magical, and I'll go pick up the tins as well.
I take it off him.
Yep.
Put it on.
Are you crazy?
If you're not going to do it, I'm going to do it. Give it here.
Hand it back to him.
Noam hands over the tins, and he'll put on the mask.
Wait, so what is it? A tin of things?
We don't know yet, but we're assuming it's the healing salve. You can open it.
Oh, I take a look here.
Yeah, it's a more fancy box than your healing salves come in, but you unscrew it and it has a similar color and a similar odor. It looks just like 10 more tins of healing salves.
You said 12.
12 or 10?
I think you said 12.
Less than a dozen. Just less than a dozen. Yeah.
Can I swap mine into the fancy tin? I do.
You mean just like move the healing salve from one tin to another?
Yep.
They're all full, so there's no room to add more salve to it.
All right, fine, whatever. I got 19 healing salves now. Fantastic. So I watch Nilrim as he puts on this mask.
Nilrim wears it.
It doesn't attach to you. It's not tied in the back. You can sort of rest it against your face, but it won't hold. It'll just
he'll hold and I guess look through it.
Don't really notice.
Give him the finger.
Really notice or feel anything.
I'm gonna walk and go look at Sale.
No, it's just Sale. He's back away from the rest of the party down the hallway. Not allowed to come into this room.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna hold on to this. I put it in my, No, I'm gonna keep looking through it. I'm gonna look throughout the whole room. Do I see anything? And I'm gonna look throughout the whole keep with it, or the whole dungeon.
Yeah,
I think,
you walk around, you look through it. It seems pretty ordinary, pretty normal. It feels like this really smooth, plastery, white, masky thing. Doesn't seem to be having any effect on anything you're doing.
Does he look the same? Does he just look like he's holding the mask to his face?
Yeah, like he's holding the mask to his face.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna keep holding the mask to my face, and we're gonna pull for the rest of this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy not have any gems or anything?
Are there any
gold?
books? Any more insight? Yeah.
Archie, you opened this thing and then everyone poured through and immediately started looting it. What are you doing?
I mean, I did it for the crew, did it for the team. I'm
We gave him
feeling
high
accomplished.
fives.
Yeah, I'm feeling accomplished alone in the fact that Archie was able to go through with this. He's looking
Got
at
his
there's
huge
any
brass
cool
knuckle.
chains or bracelets or anything for him to wear, but other than that, he's pretty content. He's pretty hyped up on the fact that he was able to do this.
And John Winters, what are you doing? You're looting the corpse?
Yeah, looking for any valuables and just keeping an eye on Nilrim.
Yeah, it's got like some, you start pulling this cloth off of it, and it's got these bracers, and it's got some rings on its desiccated fingers.
I take it all. If this is fancy stuff as well, I'm gonna wear the
It's
rings.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
You pick up the hand
Nice.
to start pulling the rings off of it when the hand begins to close.
Of course it does.
Yep.
Would be me, wouldn't it? Would be me.
Well, you don't fuck with it after Nilrim's touched it.
Doesn't attack Nilrim.
Bro.
Just wait.
If you were the
Wait.
wizard, you
It
know
would
who
have attacked me. It would have got me,
Absolutely.
Yeah. You lift up the hand, you go to pull a ring, the fingers kind of bend slightly, just sort of like, a bone breaking or the skin sort of sagging, and then the hand like flares open and reaches for you. And it will
I
make
cast spell if
an
I'm allowed.
attack roll. You're looking through the mask and walking
That's right,
around
hell
and
yeah,
looking
I
at
am.
shit. Right now, it's just Nick. In fact, Nick, you're John Winters. I want you to roll
Surprise.
me a surprise roll. This seems pretty safe.
John Winters is never surprised.
All right, then roll high. Don't roll a 1, a 2, or a 3.
I won't, because he's never surprised.
Never. Yeah,
See?
yeah. Woo.
Not surprised.
You know,
I
you-
knew this was coming.
Dangerous crypt.
Anything
What?
could happen.
It reaches out for you anyway. With a 22. It reaches out, the one hand grabbing for you, the other hand's coming up and wrapping itself around your throat. And it begins an all too familiar strangulation.
This old chestnut. I say, I gurgle to it. It's okay though, because I have a plan. Like you said, I'm not surprised, right? I am immediately drawing in my offhand my dagger and stabbing it through the head of this thing before it can sit up or whatever.
Okay. In the meantime, you will still take damage.
Wait. It didn't get any sort of negatives to hit for being like sat down at an awkward angle,
It probably should get a penalty to hit for that.
He says
How long are
Luke
its
said the
arms?
roll that was gonna take you out.
I think that's still a hit though, because it rolls an 18 with the penalty.
Yeah, but it doesn't clear by 5 anymore. Oh, but we're not doing that anymore.
Yeah, but
anyway,
it wasn't a natural 18 to be.
I
So
wasn't surprised. Shouldn't Nick get initiative as well? They should go
it
should
still
have
goes
Yeah.
first. It's an ambush. Nick will get to make an
Okay.
action, but the creature is just like, "Rah," and Nick will go at the end.
Okay.
You will take near to max damage. You will take 14 points of damage as it reaches out and begins to throttle you. Yeah, it rolled really well on its damage.
Your armor spell is down.
Did I recover 1 HP while we've been here? 2 HP?
You use yourself.
No, I know. I was 2 away from max when we started today.
Yeah, same.
It's
I
been
did
2
it.
nights,
Hallelujah,
so
heal
I
you
think
one of the days.
Yeah, you've done some strenuous activity, but most of your day has been spent waiting to recover spells. So I think you would have recovered HP.
Cool.
Fantastic. How much damage? 14 or 15?
8 and 6, 14 on 2d8.
That's fine.
Everyone can act now. You can roll initiative to see when you act.
Nick goes
Alright.
first though.
I go first. I'm
He should
stabbing
get
in the
around
head.
and then we should roll in, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I
So,
forgot to click
John
my character
Winters, you pull out the dagger. You're gonna stab it through
Okay,
the face.
so the offhand is driving the dagger into its head. Is it sat up or is it still lying down?
Oh no, it's set up now.
Okay. And then my rapier, I'm just gonna plunge it through its chest. Yeah?
Yeah,
It counts as held because it's holding me.
that does not
Right.
count as held because
Bro.
it's holding you.
No, it does.
that is
'Cause it
not
can't
what
dodge.
held mean.
It can't dodge because it's holding me. It'd have to let go of me to dodge.
That is actually.
You will get a +4 for it being
Okay.
prone, or
Okay,
effectively prone. Well, sitting is +2. I will give you a +2 for it being sitting, but I will also say that it's a lot harder to, stab something when it's choking you to death. So I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take a +1 for high ground as well, though.
It's
That's
sitting
like
gives 2. Sitting gives
Yeah,
2.
it's 2 for sitting, 1 for high ground.
No.
Sitting
If you-
gives 2.
No, because if he was on a chair that was really high up and he was the same height as me, I'd
Sitting
still get a
gives
+2.
2.
Just hit him, Nick. It's not a big deal.
15 and a 21.
Okay. Its AC is 10. So you stab through it once and twice.
Any of
What's
those
the
are crits? I forget
No,
what
no
we're doing. with
natural
the-
18 is needed for a crit.
Okay. 6 damage. No, I'm sure it's dead.
It is not dead. No.
No.
No. And the sound
Oh.
of the
Wait, did I get an attack of opportunity when it attempted to grab me?
No.
I guess
You
I didn't have
your
my
weapons
weapon drawn. Yeah.
The sound of what, Koibu?
the sound of the sudden movement, followed by Nick, and the fumbling for the weapons and the clanking against the coffin will draw the attention of the rest of the party, who will turn and see this thing that was not radiating magic and was lying very peacefully is now choking the life out of Captain John Winters.
Nilrim tosses a magic missile in where he gets ready to, so.
Yeah.
Can we have the counter up somewhere? Initiative
Sure.
counter?
Yeah. Let's do this.
Is my enlarged brass knuckle still enlarged?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm only wearing a brass knuckle on one of my fists.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll a wisdom check if I think that smart idea is to roll for the head, so. Seems fair. It's called wisdom.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah,
sure.
go ahead.
No, well. That's what I'll be shooting with my magic missile.
Yeah, magic missile is sort of it's not a targeted spell, but
Okay.
yeah. Head might be effective, maybe.
True.
Roll me.
That's the only fair way I know to do it now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Go ahead and roll me damage with your magic. Actually, we're rolling into initiative.
We
next
should be an
round, so,
initiative, yeah.
I will.
One question I would ask is, would I still have like 1 round remaining on my moment spell, or would it be
what's
gone
the
by now?
duration of moment?
5 rounds, and I cast it.
But you only use it one time, I think, right? Or am I wrong?
I think it's each round it can be used. So you cast
It can be used
it.
once per round.
Oh, okay. Probably not
That's
because I
fine.
looked around for the mask a while, right?
Yeah, there was the opening it, then it was, the bar had to cool for a moment before you move through, or maybe not.
I cast
Maybe you
detect
pushed it anyway.
magic.
There's detect magic, the opening, the lid. I think it's been more than 5 minutes, unfortunately.
All right, well, I'm going to call out impotently that there's nothing I can do.
Oh,
Give you a thumbs up and I'll handle it.
Oh, also, Neil, I think you need to switch the cams around since Pokemon dropped.
oh, I didn't know that he dropped.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's the last time I'm playing a rogue, by the way. Fuck this.
Go play a bard next.
Yeah.
Captain Winters, Nilrum, Archie rolled in with a. I saw it earlier.
Oh wait, is this the
eight.
next round, or are they getting to go in that round
This is
that
the
I've already
next
acted?
round.
What was the next one?
Okay. Sorry, so I will roll initiative 2 secs.
You rolled a 7.
And Archie.
Yeah, I rolled a 7 plus 4, so an 11.
Archie rolled an 8, so Nilrum goes first. Go ahead and give us the magic missiles.
Should be 3d4 plus 3.
Oh,
fucking
minimum
hell.
damage.
Sorry.
Some legs are being shaved tonight, boys. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Archie, one brass knuckle, one big heavy weight in your other hand. This thing is choking Captain.
All right, I'll use the brass fist first.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Easy hit. You strike the creature
Boom.
across the chest. Oh, almost bringing it down. Its head like cocks at an impossible angle.
And I'm not sure how we're going to do the damage on this, but I'm going to strike with the unbrassed knuckle next.
Oh, just your bare fist is a critical hit. I gotta relook up the rules for bare fists.
Yeah.
But I think it's like D3 plus your other mods.
Yeah, I think it was D3 plus 4 instead of D6 plus 4.
I think that is it.
So it'd be 2D3 plus 4.
That is correct.
You don't have to write that yarn yet. /R space 2D3 plus 4.
2d3. Got it.
Characters' bare or gloved hands are treated as small hard objects. D3 points of damage.
Yep.
So roll me 2d3. Actually, roll 2d3 plus.
Nice.
Wait, isn't 2d3 better than his brass knuckles?
No, it's
He
D.
crit.
It's because the crit.
Oh, it's because he crit. Got it.
So what? The brass knuckle hand knocks the creature's head at an impossible angle, and your unbrass knuckled hand just breaks into the creature's rib cage and pulls out its desiccated, dead heart, and the whole thing just plumps back into its coffin.
How does he do it?
I say to the boys, gather what you can. We probably should get out of here now that undead are rising.
Yeah, I loot the rest of the things off this guy's hand. Finish
How-
taking the rings.
You grab the bracelets, you grab the rings, you grab the other things. There's some bags in here. There's some miscellaneous stuff. There's a bunch of jars and pottery lying about with some sort of beeswax cloth on top to keep them sealed. Do you bother with those, or you just get the fuck out of here?
If we can carry them, we'll take them.
They're heavy and they're fragile. You could probably carry one under each arm, but to know what's in them, it might take a while of opening them and putting light inside and analyzing them. How much time do you want to spend investigating the
I
jars?
think we just
around
take
you?
what we can grab easily and go.
I'm gonna cast knock as well. Permanently opens locks or welds. So I'm gonna just see if anything in here other than the lock back there can be opened.
No, knock specifically calls out you can't cast it on things hoping to find a secret.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's in the.
It opens
bottom.
secret doors. The knock spell opens stuck, barred, locked, or held, or wizard locked doors. It opens secret doors, as well as locked or trick opening boxes or chests. It also loosens welds, shackles, or chains. It's limited by the area.
In all cases, the location of the door or item must be known. The spell cannot be used against a wall in hopes of discovering a secret door.
Oh, I see it now. Okay, cool. That's
Yeah, near the very end.
Okay, well, I'm gonna feel around while they pillage.
Yep, very soon
I have
they've got
detect
their
magic,
arms
anything?
filled with stuff. You don't detect any other magic in here, other than that, generalized consecrated area that you're within. This whole area seems protected by some sort of deity.
I take my item. And we go.
You guys go. Zale, you see them coming down the hall. You've seen the creature fall, break, die. Archie, what'd you do with the desiccated heart you ripped out of its chest?
Honestly, in the moment of panic, I didn't know what to do with it, so I just took it with me.
You will feel the thing in your hand fizzle into dust when you guys are maybe a minute after having killed it. It just crumbles and fades and drips from your hand and vanishes before hitting the ground.
Archie will look down and I was like, cool.
And that's when you can hear the sound in the sarcophagus moving as whatever it was there that you just finished killing rises again.
Let's just get out of
it's
here.
another
Captain.
revenant.
That's something
Fuck
we need
this.
to worry about. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. If we have to
Head out.
sacrifice the jars, we sacrifice them.
You have a good head start. You can get all the way out of the temple, all the way out of the crypt, back into the daylight of the blistering heat, the blistering sun, the alkaline soil, the dust, sand.
All right. I use a healing salve.
I'm gonna just keep fucking around with the mask.
What do you do when you're outside?
Gather all, if there's still day left, which there should be.
There should be
we
lots
just
of
gather our
daylight.
stuff and start making our way back to the boat.
Yep,
Right
you got
now.
all your stuff on you, so you head on out.
Because like, even if we found more stuff in this town, we couldn't carry it, right?
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
come back later.
Yeah.
There's probably a keep somewhere to pillage.
Yeah.
As you make your way through the streets, you will see that the creature has come out of the temple, out of the crypt, and is following after you.
It's like, all right.
Is this
Slowly.
thing gonna?
You
Is it
can outrun
gaining
it.
on us? No.
No,
Yeah, okay.
you are moving more quickly than it.
But it'll get us in the night. Are we going twice as fast as it or not?
You're going at 12, it's going at 9.
Yeah, so it'll catch us in the night.
We're not going at 12. We're going at 8.
Ooh. Because you're encumbered?
Yeah, lightly.
Yeah. Okay, so it is going about the same speed as you. It's sort of endlessly shuffling, and you're, moving as best as you can. It will eventually catch you. You have time, though.
We'll just kill it, Captain. And then it'll have to redo it all over again. I can lightning bolt it.
All right.
So I guess I'll wait for it to get within 110 yards, and here is one magic missile.
Right here when you're still in town?
No.
It's important when to know that
No,
you'll
no.
kill
Let's
it.
get it. We want to get as far away from it as
Yeah,
we can
as
until it's
far away
about
as
to
we
catch
can.
us, and then.
Okay. So you go as quickly and as far as possible,
Mm-hmm.
and it still gains and it gains, and eventually it will begin to catch up to you, maybe an hour out of town. Because I imagine
Whenever
you could jog
yeah.
and, hurry a little bit and exhaust yourself somewhat and then turn back.
Magic missile. So here's
it's
34 plus
initiative.
3.
Yeah.
Should there be initiative when he's like
No.
110 yards
No
away?
need for initiative
Okay.
at all.
9.
9 points of damage rip through the creature whose head is upright again. It barely
How's he looking?
winces, or barely
here's
stops
another.
with the pain and keeps moving forward.
Okay, so that's my last one.
20 points of damage. Creature is filled with holes, and yet it still
still going.
comes, arms reaching
Good.
out.
Because here comes the lightning bolt, which I hope puts him on fire, bare minimum. Could not, though. But we'll see. 5d6 damage.
Oh, you
holy shit.
blast it to smithereens. It explodes as a lightning bolt streaks from your finger towards it, sending little bits of bone and flesh and tattered cloth everywhere.
I'm nowhere.
Done. Hopefully that's the last we have to see of him.
Well, let's keep moving. We'll have to keep a vigilant watch tonight. If this thing comes back for us, it'll still catch us.
I think we should just move throughout the night, Captain. We have light spells. I look to sail. Let's just get back to the boat.
Yeah, I'm okay.
You push yourselves. On and on you go. Eventually the sun sets, and you keep walking, using light spells to guide you, also acting as a brilliant beacon in the otherwise darkened wasteland, drawing all attention to where you would be. You move ever westward towards the shore, hoping that your ship is still there. We'll find out the other side of our break. You guys on the other side. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. So, we're walking across the desert. Night eventually descends upon you, and you know it's still out there. It's still coming for you. Naturally, the question arises, what happens when you leave the island? Is it
Yeah.
going to follow you off the island somehow? Can it follow you off the island somehow?
Yeah, we've all seen the movie, Neil. It's coming for us, we know.
Captain,
It's
maybe
like
we
the-
should rest then. If it's coming, I'm out of spells. But I doubt it's coming.
Well, if we can get off the island, what's it gonna do?
We'll walk at the bottom of the ocean until it finds us.
Till it gets eaten by a squid or something.
I just worry mainly about what if there's another ship that we encounter? The spells for it. But I'm completely fine. Continue. I'm cool with that. Boy,
How healthy does Archie look?
good.
I'm doing fine.
All right. Let's rest then, and we'll keep watching. When it turns up, Archie can kill it.
Yeah, we can just punch it down again and then.
And then we'll have time to leave in the morning with spells.
Yep.
Good. No one will go to bed.
Who stays up to watch?
Well, we take turns. Me and Archie take turns while the spellcasters rest.
Right.
I will go first, and I guess the light spell won't last, so I want to make like a pretty big fire.
With what?
There's no.
There's no fire, there's no light.
How's the moonlight?
Very poor. Storm overhead has no breaks on this day.
Is there
you can
any
see-
trees or anything I could climb?
No, it's dust and dirt. It's desolate. There's no trees. There's no ruins. There's no hills. There's no high ground. It's just
Okay, I
flat.
think we have to keep moving then, Nora.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I think if we can make it so it catches in the day, that's much better.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't stop, Neil.
You plod along in the dark towards the coast,
Yep.
moving slowly. You're hauling these ceramic vessels, and
well,
then you've
wait,
got
we
the boxes with
would've-
gold and silver in them.
We might check the jars now that, because
Okay.
it might be that we can speed up if we don't need them.
Yeah, chucking the jars will give you some boost, but you're still hauling an
No,
extra
no,
like
check.
100.
No, check.
Check,
check. Not chuck. Gotcha.
See what's in them.
Right.
Is it just his organs?
No, one of them appears to have like honey in them. One smells like it had like wine, but the wine's turned sour by now. There are some other things, but they don't appear to be valuable. These
Okay,
seem
yeah,
to be
alright,
things like you might bury someone with so that they could use them in the afterlife.
Yeah, so we leave them then.
I'll eat the honey.
Okay.
You good?
You get a couple fingers of honey, and it's a little bit crystallized and kind of dusty, but it's still sweet. Hasn't turned or anything.
Yeah. I'll eat the honey.
All right.
Times.
I enjoyed it.
Cool.
And we go.
The party continues. The slow march through the sand, the dust, hauling the loot behind them. Can I get a perception check from every member of the party?
Easy.
Disadvantage.
Oh.
I have 2 and all. We'll take the lower of them. Mr.
No.
Mooton gets a 16. Nick gets a 16. PotatoMcWhiskey gets a 14. Archie gets an 18.
Not good.
In the night, in the dark, the thing shuffles after you, picking up on you. It's not until it is almost upon you that you realize it's there. The sound of your own feet kicking through the dust and the small coughings that you have as it, pervades your lungs make you not quite realize that this thing is here. And every time you throw a look over your shoulder, it's just darkness. It's not until it's almost entirely upon you, until it is within melee range, that you realize it's here. And I will need initiatives from the party. Let me
We
get-
want surprise?
No, you will. There's just enough light being cast that you're gonna notice it's here right in time. That it'll just be on you.
Cool.
No surprises though.
But shit's bad when I'm using that.
Tato needs this token on the map.
Yeah. Potato. There we go. Potato bug. It will go at 9. And Potato, would you roll for initiative 11?
11, yeah.
All right, so Captain John Winters, you go first. And it's the sort of thing where you got this, the hairs on the back of your neck are standing up, and you've been nervous all night long.
Yeah.
But this time you happen to turn around and you see it. It's there. It's inches away from you. Its hands outstretched towards your neck, which is still bruised. And you catch it just in time to do something.
All right. This time I will probably get attacks opportunity when it goes to me, but I just make my attacks. I don't know if I will, Neil. I can't remember how we rolled to undead. but I make my attacks.
Mm-hmm.
21 and a 10.
21 is a hit. A 10 is a
Oh
hit.
wait, no, sorry. I've still got a +2 from sitting,
Oh,
so
okay.
it's a 19 and an 8.
The 19 will hit.
Okay. That's 6.
Yeah. Give it a little key bar.
Wait, do you have a -2? Oh, you had +2 on it. I see.
Yeah.
He's a very emo demon.
That's why he's a revenant, because he's sad about his life, you know? Yeah.
True.
6 damage to the creature. Brings its HP bar about a quarter of the way down. And it goes. You still
Okay.
have a free block, right?
Got my free block, and I don't know if I get an attack of opportunity with my main hand.
Monsters
don't
do
think
not
you get
provoke
an
attacks of opportunity.
Okay.
And I know it's weird
Alright.
because if they make unarmed attacks, they don't. It's just the way
It's
the game
fine. It's
goes.
fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
I make my free block then.
All right. It reaches out to choke you to death with a natural 12 and 5 is 17.
Do I need a 14 or do I need a 16?
16. Yeah.
Shit. Okay, hits me.
17 hits. Oh.
Yep.
The damage comes through. 2d8 as it bursts past your arms, wraps its hands around your neck, and slowly wrestles you to the ground, choking the life out of you. Archie.
Strength check to be knocked down or not?
You don't have to be knocked to the ground. I'm just adding
Okay.
flavor.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
It
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
make a difference in any of its attacks.
It would if he was not, if he went down. To
Make the
ground.
others easier to
The others
hit.
get +4. Yeah. Do they go to the ground?
Archie?
I'm assuming at this point both of my knuckles are brassed again.
Mm-hmm.
I will fucking punch it.
Archie criticals it, unsurprisingly. The loaded dice.
Just roll damage twice. Alright, that's not that
7.
good.
First blow, the first critical hit.
Come on, another.
Offhand. Ooh, that is actually a hit. It has 10 AC.
It's a hit. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not critical this time, but you still crunch it. Bones snap. Clothing tears. It still holds onto Captain John Winter's neck. Sail.
I will step forward and attempt to stab it with my rapier.
Easy peasy. Only 10 AC. Hard to miss the thing choking the life out of your captain. You run him through.
Oh, that is the wrong button. That's my damage roll. There.
3
3
is
damage.
close, but not close enough. Nilrum.
Nilrim throws the dagger that he stole from the bard that he murdered, hitting
the revenant, which crumbles
one.
to the ground and dies and fades and
Tips
turns
his hat.
to dust,
and
blending
goes and
in.
takes his dagger.
Nice shot. All right, let's
What
keep
you
moving. Thanks. I hate these things. Why do they go for the neck every time? It's making my voice croaky.
You okay,
Give you a neck
Captain?
rub.
Yeah, I'm okay. I guess I'll use another healing salve just in case we have to fight when we get to the boat.
Could I
Rubbing
attempt a
the-
medicine check to massage his neck?
Oh yeah. Hey, it has been around. It's only been 1 round. So...
Yeah, go ahead. Give us a medicine check.
That's just the spot sale. Thank you.
Oh crap! I can't remember.
Feels much better.
Healing.
Healing, yeah. Oh, yeah. Give us a 1d3.
Big money, big money, big money.
This is a great massage.
Let's go. All right, I'm back up to full with my healing self.
We press forward. Do you want con checks?
Well, it is late at night. You are many, many miles from town. At the same rate that you've been walking, it would take that creature, like 12 hours to catch up to you. Is it safe to sleep?
Sure.
How far are we from the boat?
No,
It's
you know
dark.
what?
It's
He
night. Who
always
knows?
asks us these questions, Nick, and they're loaded.
Yeah,
We keep
they
going.
are. We keep going, Neil.
We keep going.
Fuck you, Neil. You're gonna trick us this time.
You can make your way back towards the sea. Eventually, the sound of the lapping waves comes into frame, the reference. You can hear the ocean getting closer, and it's not too long after that that you find yourself along the coast. Now, your ship is up one way or it's down the other way. You're not exactly sure. You might have to wait till daylight so you can see which way it is, but you've made it to the edge of the ocean.
Yeah, okay, well, we wait for sunrise. Take a seat. We should have at least a few hours. You know, we should have enough time to wait for sunrise before the thing catches us.
Yeah.
I want to see Sail.
Yep.
When the thing comes, can you just have your god take him depth?
I can attempt it. I could also maybe talk to him now and find out why I burst into flames.
Might be worth asking, Sale.
Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about that. That being on the table is a bit worrying.
Ask him about this too, and I'll produce the mask and let you see it.
I'll attempt to reach out and touch the mask.
You can touch it. It does not hurt. It does not burn. It is consecrated, but it must be consecrated in a different way because this does not seem to hurt you at all.
Okay.
Would a temple usually be consecrated?
We've never
Like,
seen it before.
Can he not go into a temple?
A great question.
Yeah.
Go talk to Rohi. Oh, Nilram does a wisdom check to see if he actually fucking said it, and he didn't.
Well done.
Go talk to your god.
I'll walk out into the water, and up to my knees, or sorry, I'll kneel down in the water and then like put my face in the water. And as I'm just about to put my face in the water, I'll try to summon Rohi by saying his name, and then put my face under the water.
Oh shit.
Cool salt water is quite refreshing on your face. Traveling through the hot, blistering dust that's like alkaline, and this sort of washes it away, and refreshing. It's gentle. You call to Rohi, whatever that thing may be. And there's no immediate response. There's no thing that appears before you. There's something you would like to say?
I will ask, why are you or how do I phrase it? How do I say, like, why does Verasi hate me? Or why does Verasi hate me, and what is this mask? I assume that the consecration was a Verasi consecration, so that's the question I'm asking.
Give me a wisdom check. Try and reach out. Wisdom willpower. Yeah. Oh, it's a great roll.
Nice roll.
There's this like distant sort of hum that sort of vibrates out of the sea. And it sounds to you sort of like it's a which becomes more of a me.
A me? There's a distant that becomes a me. That's the what I hear.
It's kind of like a when there's a single vibration, like a single chord that's been played, and there's that hum
Like a
to
thrum.
it. Yeah, and then the tone of it slightly changes from a me.
I'll try to like shout or talk underwater. Verasi hates you.
And with that, the humming, thrumming sound fades.
Okay, I'll stand back up with the mask in my hand and walk back to the party. And I'll say, he didn't give me any answers. I don't understand why anything happened or what this is.
Reach out to Verossi then.
It's probably best not to mess with that.
I think that's maybe not the best idea. I've heard that
Not the worst
calling out to gods randomly can go not so great.
Oh, yeah, I'd forgotten about that. Perhaps you should just stay away from temples, Sale.
I don't know. Perhaps I should break the consecration and put my own in place.
Desecration.
The sun has come up, and you can see far to the north is your ship. There, beached on the sand. It's single sail rising up, or it's single mast rising up high in the sky, giving you a point of reference.
Perfect.
You make your way
There it is. Let's go.
in the direction of the ship. When you see another ship entering the passageway, just sort of behind sail here.
Were we
Coming
able to
in.
get a rest there or no?
Yes, you did get a night of rest.
Thank you.
Oh,
That's huge.
Cool.
If you want to memorize spells, you will just have, it's an hour later or whatever, however long it takes
Yeah,
to memorize things.
It'll be.
Yeah, because you got to rememorize at least a 3rd level spell. That's a half hour, plus 2 first level spells is another 20 minutes, so.
4 first level spells.
Ooh, yeah.
I messed up my character sheet and now it's tiny and I can't open it.
Double click it. That should. No.
It's like just moving around the screen when I click
I'm
it now.
sorry. Good old F5 will fix you.
Oh, there we go. Got it.
So we see this ship still, right?
You see another ship, yeah. It's a cargo ship with a single mast, and it's coming down this strait right here. And then it sort of
Just our. I would say
to
just our luck, Captain.
comes
What
to
do you
a
mean?
stop right by your
Should we,
ship.
how many does this ship look like? It's got a crew of what? How many people?
Well, it's a cargo ship. Usually a merchant's cargo ship only has a half dozen people on it if you're trying to keep costs down. If you have precious goods or, things that you need a lot of extra workforce for, or you really need to put some people on some oars, you could easily double or triple that. But usually cargo ships run with like a small crew to save money.
All right. Are we stood by our ship right now?
No, you're on your way towards your ship. You had to
Okay,
wait
and
for
this ship
sunrise,
is-
Well, it comes to a stop and drops anchor right next to yours.
Okay.
Then a small boat gets lowered.
We're gonna start heading over.
Oh yeah, you guys are on your
Yeah.
way. Totally. And did any of you guys have a spyglass with you, or is that on
Yes,
your ship?
I do, but it's my lens. The lens is cracked. But
Oh, unfortunate.
wait, no. Did I get that
Wait, no,
fixed?
you got it fixed. You got a new.
Yeah, I
spyglass.
got it fixed. Yeah.
Excellent. Then you can look through it, and you can see this is indeed a cargo ship. It is not flying the flags of the White Prince, but you do see infantrymen, White Prince's infantrymen, followed by a cleric, hopping down and off the
shit.
ship and rowing to shore, putting ashore, and then the boat goes back and picks up some more soldiers who row to shore.
Wait. But we've got time to react, right?
Oh yeah. You're maybe a mile off or so, so you got lots
we're
of
a
time.
mile away.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we need to get over there.
Yeah, we need to get over there now.
You can see that there are maybe 10 people put ashore, including a cleric, ballparky.
Well, we got to be ready to fight here.
Yeah, I'll lightning bolt them. Let's hail them so we can get them in.
To get closer.
We
Along
wave.
the shore. They see you coming. You see them there.
They're not on our ship, right?
By the time you get there, some of them are crawling physically on your ship, looking around it, searching it. You all are coming from the south side, actually, over here. and they see you coming. They form up a little bit. They'll do something like this, and there will be 4 people on the ship, and then 4 people on the ground, and the cleric behind those 4 people. The skiff is unfortunately between your groups. You don't have to be this close. You can be further if you want, but this is just the size of the map.
Okay, well, I take a little step forward and shout out to them. Hey now! That's a bit rude, isn't it?
One of the soldiers steps forward. In the name of the White Prince, what are you doing here? This island is forbidden.
No one told us. Why don't you step away from our ship, and we don't have to have any trouble here?
Lay down
We don't
your
mean any
arms
harm.
before you approach.
I won't negotiate with you. I'll talk to your leader.
I'll whisper to the captain. So when do you want me to lightning?
Don't hit the ship, Norin.
The cleric steps forward a little bit. Do as the man says. There's no need for violence here. You wouldn't dare stand against the White Prince. Come now. We can do this peaceably. Lay down your arms and tell me why you've come here.
I live to stand against the White Prince, and I turn undead. Everyone in front of me.
All right, I mean...
You begin a chant. No one really knows what this chant means or does. No one's seen it before. None of these people, at least. You know what's going on.
Specifically, I want to target the cleric. I want him to be pulled, although that might be tough.
Yeah. It'll depend on the significance of your D20 roll.
Once I hear that, I shout out and say, we're merchants from across the seas. We're not native to these lands. I don't know your strange rules. I won't be giving up my arms while you brandish yours against me.
So he's
You could be anyone.
Right?
Yeah, he's chanting,
Okay.
but the cleric very clearly
start my
heard.
spell.
You start your spell. The cleric very clearly heard the "I live to stand against the White Prince," and
Absolutely.
their jaw just like drops to the ground, surprised. No, what? How dare you speak thusly about His Holiness? Guards, seize them. Use force if necessary. And I think that is when I actually think the lightning bolt is going to go off first because the chanting is a full round action.
It'll go off at 11. I don't 100% know the exact way to like position the lightning bolt. I'm gonna try and hit these people on this ship. Or
Well, it
wait, do they
comes
have,
from
do they have
you.
bows or do they have spears?
They will have bows and spears.
Okay,
But
if it comes from me,
Yeah. Straight
am I
line
able to
from
like?
you.
So I can hit like these two.
Yeah.
It,
you can
it's
do
not
that.
like chain lightning, right?
Right.
No.
Okay, well then,
You can do 40 feet long and 10 foot wide, or 80 feet long and 5 foot wide. But it has to be a line from you, but it can start at any point within range.
oh, so I could start it over here and then.
No,
go down
it
the line
still
from here.
has to be a line within you, but like you could like say start it here and do 80 feet from that
Yeah,
point.
you could do it from this point forward.
And
but
then I
always-
would get 10 feet wide as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you could easily hit those two people.
Maybe this guy.
You could, get like these two people if you want to hit your own ship, something like that.
No. You could get the cleric and his mate here.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the cleric in his.
You can get one
That
of
seems
these.
to be the best way. Yeah, I'm gonna do one of these. What if I
Alright.
did one of these? 10 feet, so I could hit him.
Yeah, you could hit the two of them. You couldn't. I don't
Maybe
think you
the
could hit
third.
all three. No, it's about 14 feet
Oh, okay.
across.
No.
Yeah.
I'll hit the two of them. So here's the 5d6.
Mm-hmm. The lightning bolt rips through the air. Copper, the taste of copper lands on all of your tongues. Static pulls the hair up straight on your backs, and the cleric will get a saving throw versus spell and fails. And the guardian will get a saving throw versus spell and fails. And you rip them both for 16 points of damage, instantly putting down the guard as he's burned. The cleric suffers huge damage.
Nilram will call out and say, "Lay down your arms. I have more where that comes from. It's one of my weakest spells." I point to the ship. You do not need to die today.
Well,
You're outmatched, cleric.
as you're calling this out, as John gives his taunts, Sail, roll me the d20. Or turn on
Big rolls here, boys. Nat 20, okay?
Here we go. Big rolls.
I do
Not
believe there
terrible.
is a 2-6 accompanying.
Should have let me roll it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do I-
probably.
I think it depends, Koibu. It's a 1d6, I think, and it becomes a 2d6, or it could be 2d6 to 46. I don't remember. If they're already turnable, or if they're death.
Successful turn or dispel affects 2d6.
There it is. Yep.
And then you are level 5, and you rolled a 9.
Yes.
You can affect up to 4 hit die creature. And then
Maybe-
you affect 7 of these things.
Maybe the guys on our ship as well would get dragged under. I don't know how big the radius is.
Yeah, I don't know how. I would target it to basically do maximum damage while also potentially catching the cleric. So like maybe if I target it like here.
I mean, if you hit 7, I feel like you can get the 4 guys on the ship, and then these 2 guys. Probably not the cleric, because he's got more than 4 hit die.
As these words happen, dark tentacles reach from the water. This
So
man
badass.
is quickly dragged, screaming into the sea. This one, too, pulled to the ground. One off the side of the ship, another off the other side. These 4 are dragged, no problem. You get up to 7.
1, 2, 3.
Gotta do the full radius here. Yeah. And this one will get dragged off the ship as well, because the tentacles come from sort of like this zone, except for one that wraps around the other side and back over here. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people are instantly dragged into the ocean, drowned
Amazing.
in the depths, and gone for all time. And with that, we should roll initiative. The remaining people, horrified and terrified as they are, don't know what to do but
Are
stand
about
and
to
fight.
face Archie B. Alder.
That was just the starter. Let's get fucked.
So if I wanted to make if I wanted to do an action to run at that cleric, strength check him and drag him into the water, screaming the name Rohi, what initiative do I roll?
3.
Do they look like they're giving up?
No, not yet.
Okay.
They're definitely shocked and surprised by these things.
They don't
but
need
that-
to roll
Oh, in the first round of combat.
Okay.
The-
Alright, yeah.
you are the
haven't referenced my armor
heretics.
spell, right? No.
I haven't yet. No.
Yeah, okay.
I would have in the morning, but I don't know if we want to do that because I didn't call it out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it was too grateful of a morning, and now here we are.
Absolutely.
Okay. The people on the ship. Those. Did everyone roll 1, 2, 3, 4?
Should be 3 on the ship. Yeah.
And our players all perfect. The first person on the ship will whip out their bow and turn it on Nilrum, the source of the lightning bolt, and possibly the source of these weird tentacly thingies. I don't know. We'll find
Are they
out.
only 50? Are they only 60 feet away?
The ship's a little bit further out. It's just, the map is only so big.
Or how much further out are they? Just out of interest.
I think they are a total of 60 feet from shoreline. That would put 60 feet plus a few more. That's still short bow range.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Give me.
yeah, 2, they do this, and I don't think they have... Yeah. So, first bow shot is a natural 20.
It's a hit. Probably a crit. I have 14 AC.
Yeah. It'll do 6 points of damage as they put an arrow in you, which I think cancels any spell you were about to cast.
Are we not doing con checks? Pretty sure we're doing con checks.
I don't remember.
We are for toss.
I don't think we are.
I don't think we are. I think
Okay, that's
it's
fine.
just straight interruption.
It's just okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Captain Winters.
All right, seeing them shoot Nilrim, I turn away from this guard that I was going to chase, and I sheathe my rapier and my dagger, and I start sprinting into the sea. And I want to dive into the water and start swimming to their ship.
Okay. We said it's about 60 feet offshore, so I think you can dive into the water and get to the base of the ship in this round with all your ship sheaths. You still got your boots and everything on, so it'll be a little slower than normal, but you can get there.
I want to hold on to their ship, and I'm going to like hold myself under the water, so if they like turn their bows on me, they're going to be ineffective because I'm under the water.
Excellent.
And then on my next turn, I'll climb up.
Yep. The next guy on the ship also aims a bow shot towards our dear beloved wizard with a flashes short in the water. First guard in melee will huff and puff and run his way towards, he's probably coming over here, but I'm assuming that Archie, what is your plan, Archie? You're going to melee, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna run up and punch someone in the face. That's my plan.
So while this guy's coming towards you, I'm sure you would meet him part way. You could avoid him if you wanted to run past him and let him run towards Nilrim, because he's headed towards Nilrim, or you can intercept him.
Gotta protect the crew, baby.
All right. So he will come over here and square off with you and stab with a miss. The next guy will hop off the boat
side.
and go quickly stand next to the cleric in a defensive position to guard against any of these other similar nasties. Sail.
At the same time.
Yes.
So are there circumstances in which I could like change the action I declared? Like if I see the situation change?
If it's broadly in the same sense. Like if you want to engage in melee combat, you can sort of change targets. You were going to grab the guy and throw him into the water. So that's sort of melee, and now that there's someone kind of in the way, you could draw your weapon and attack with it instead.
Yeah, that's what I would do instead.
Yeah.
But I would try to shimmy around this guard and get an attempt on the cleric himself.
Right, and this guy here is doing the same thing that Archie's doing. He's trying to like put himself between you and the cleric, so you have to fight him first.
All right, sure. I'll make an attack on him.
Yeah. Not good today. Ilrum.
Spill fizzles. I'm gonna move. I should have movement, right?
Yep.
So I'm gonna move as far over here as I want to get them into medium or long. However. That seems about right.
Yeah, you can move it pretty far. Let's see. Range on a short
90.
bow. With lock and arrows, it's 50 yards, 150 feet, so you'd have to be 90 feet off of the shore, and you can do that much distance in a single round. That's fine.
Cool.
Yeah, perfect. You're at medium range now. Archie, this guy is closed with you. He took a stab at you, which you gracefully dodged.
I fucking punch him in the face.
Boom.
It is so. For atrocious amounts of damage.
And another one.
Punch his head off. Oh, there we go.
Why don't you even bother? One of the boatmen on the boat is going to aim a shot towards... He's going to try and shoot at Nilrim because he doesn't want to accidentally hit one of his own guys in melee because, he's a good guy. Fighters of a stare wouldn't ever want to hit their friends. So this is at -2 for range, which is a 9. Misses Nilrim. And the next one is going to hop off and come over here and team up with his buddy to fight Sail.
Oh. There it goes.
Damn. It's a terrible miss. And the cleric, who was casting a hold person spell, which can affect 1d4 creatures within, I think, a 40-foot cube or something. 20-foot cube. Yeah. And his 20-foot cube is not big enough. He can target one person. So he targets Archie. Make me a saving throw versus spell, Archie. It's on the combat tab, left side, yellow box.
Question: he really wouldn't target the other cleric who casted the tentacles? He would target the guy who just stood there? Because I can't imagine that, but it's your fault.
Yeah, well, Archie just beat the shit out of a guy with 2 blows and basically fucked him up, and this guy's got 2 soldiers on him.
Of the round. Oh?
No, you can choose it at the end. You can choose it when you cast it. Yeah. He's definitely going for Archie. Who is overcome with paralysis. You feel your body slow down and stop. The party's secret weapon comes to a hold.
No.
Archie count.
No, we're fucked.
I hope I haven't removed paralysis someday. Oh, I do. 3rd level spell. Jesus Christ.
And then Bowman will take second shots. I think they all fired at Nilrum, so they're keeping their same target. All of these are at -2. 1, 2, 3. Oh, none of them even get close to Nilrum.
Thank you.
And we go to second round initiative. Archie, you are held for effectively the whole combat, like 10 rounds.
Yeah, you're done.
You're fucked.
All right. Good luck.
Thanks, mate.
Can I still speak?
No.
Nope. You are utterly wrecked.
All right.
Alright. You guys will. This. And our cleric will cast. That.
They won't. Koibu. Fuck.
You just barely go before them.
Nice.
Nilrum, you're first.
3d4 plus 3 to the cleric. 12 damage.
Boom. Nice roll.
Brings down
That's
the
him.
cleric instantly.
Fucking good shit.
Cleric dies right before they can heal themselves.
Nilrum calls out, "Throw down your arms, or the next one will not be as nice."
Cleric down. This person here, fighting Sail, goes, "Oh my god, is that the Crimson Fists?" And takes a step back.
Hell yeah.
Sail, it's your turn. You see them backing away from you slowly.
That's an opportunity attack.
They haven't left the threatening range, but they're doing the I want to be less threatening to you, buddy. Less threatening.
If you know we're the Crimson Fist, then you know we don't kill people who surrender.
That's true.
These 2 people immediately drop their weapons. They fall
I'll
to the
take their
ground.
weapons away.
Okay. The people on the boat can't really hear the conversation so much, but you can, kick their weapons away and they'll put up their hands and surrender. It's clear what's happening, but they don't know why. Captain John Winters?
You're saying it's clear to me from here that I can see that that's
you were
surrendering.
underwater, right? You said
Okay.
specifically
Yeah,
submerge
yeah,
yourself.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. I climb up. I'm right next to this guy. Do I see him? I'm looking up at him as I'm climbing. Do I see him reacting to me, or is he not aware of me?
I think as you get to the top, you can see that he's got an arrow knocked, but it's sort of like his head is cocked to the side and his arms aren't. Well, I guess it's fully stretched so you can hold the position, but it's there's definitely like a curiosity. You can hear the voices as you're scaling saying, What do we do? What do we do?"
Okay. I don't see the surrendering, so I'm not going to metagame it. I go with my plan. I'm going to try and swipe at his leg, pull him off balance, and then basically throw him off the ship into the water and climb on myself.
Yeah, you pull out the dagger, you can stab him in the leg and pull him down.
Yeah, something like that. Well, I
Great.
mean, I was going to just pull him, but I suppose I can stab him in the leg as well.
Oh, don't let me tell you how to play the game.
Yeah, I just want to
Just grab the ankle.
thinking grab the ankle, pull him out, pull his legs out from under him so he
Great.
falls.
Yeah.
And then as he's falling, I'll just drag him off the edge and climb up.
Give me an attack roll. I'll give you a +2. You're down there, you're in an awkward position and you're climbing, but you're really close to his leg and he's not quite aware of you. I think you get a mild bonus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Oh shit. Eight.
Yeah. You make
Let's
you make a
start.
grab for him and like grab the sandals, and you can't quite get a grip, and they realize what's happening and take a step to the side.
Okay. I climb up anyway.
You're up on
I
top of
cast
the
a
ship.
glance over my shoulder. I see everyone surrendering. All right. The day is lost, my friends. Get your filthy feet off my ship right now.
Ooh, yeah. That is a 17 on the morale check, which is bad. You want low if you want to pass your morale checks. So the people here drop their bows and put their hands up. You can see that their quivers still at their sides, but they're done. They step back.
I said, get off the ship. It's mine now.
No,
I can't
Captain.
swim.
We need them to row.
They can't swim. All right, fine. I grab their spears and throw them into and their bows, throw them into the water,
Right.
and I'll tie them up.
Nilram
Coming
will see
out-
them throwing the spears and the bows, and he's going to go gather them because we're supposed to be collecting these to bring them to the people on the other island. So Nilram
Yeah,
will
sure. We can
swim out
we can
there.
go get them. Yeah.
He'll go capture
Yeah.
everything.
As you're doing this, someone comes out from below decks. It looks to be some sort of merchanty looking woman with like a silken vest who steps out and looks at you, goes, "Who the hell are you, and what are you doing on my ship?"
Ha, just when I thought this day couldn't get any better, I take my hat off a little bit and give her a nod. Name's John Winters. Who are you? And
I'm
this
a
isn't your ship
Jorah,
anymore.
and this is my ship. Who are you?
Not anymore. It's not. I'm Captain John Winters, infamous pirate around these parts, and I'm here to commandeer your ship and slay your cleric.
Not my cleric. He commandeered my ship earlier today. Twice in one
Yeah.
day? Really? But she,
Well,
dutifully puts her hands in the air, and you can see that there is a saber at her side.
Yeah, I'll go up to her, and I know it's a bit creepy, and I'm not like this in real life, but I'll go and I go up close to her to like kiss her on the cheek, and I'm gonna like pull her saber out of her sheath and like throw it into the water.
Mm-hmm. It slides across the deck and splashes into the water. You can hear Nilram cursing you from below.
He yells
I'm
captain,
assuming.
and he goes and grabs that one too.
All right, go and sit over there next to them, and I go and tie her up as well.
Mm-hmm.
Did we give her a hotness roll?
Yeah, can we get a hotness
Yeah,
roll on that
how
one? This
hot
is important. I'm assuming that she's hot.
One of the most hot. Oh,
It's all right. I'll
11.
take it. It's
I
fine.
feel like every point of hotness adds like 100 GP to the ransom.
Absolutely.
I'll give you that,
Since Nick
yeah.
has to go soon,
It's the
Yeah.
perfect ending spot.
are we? Yeah. What's on the ship?
Well, this is a Jorah's cargo ship. Right now, it doesn't have any goods on it. It had just unloaded things, and it was commandeered by this cleric because they had heard reports of a ship beached on this island where no ship is supposed to be. So the cleric took, I think 12, 16, I can't remember the number, of his best men, hopped aboard this ship, said, "You have to take us there. It's your duty to Lord Astaire God that we're going to do this." And so the ship is pretty much in like ready to sail, but has no gear on it.
Free ship.
And it has a few crew, but not a lot. Just enough to operate the sails, and then these here soldiers who helps row a little bit, just to give it a little bit of extra propulsion. But they're not dedicated rowers. And now we have the party in a weird spot. You've got your ship. You've got this other ship, and you can't
This is the
sail 'em
easiest thing in the world.
both.
We can put one in a bottle, though.
We're gonna put our ship in a bottle. Bring this
Yeah.
back.
True.
Well then, it sounds like the party has acquired a cargo ship
Good times.
and hostages. There is a Jorah. There are these 5 living soldiers, and there is a Jorah's men.
And can we loot the cleric? Does he have at least his holy symbol?
Yes, you can loot the cleric as well, and these soldiers. They will have. The cleric is going to have 50 gold on them, and then the soldiers will have a total of Did we have one,
Just
two, three,
add
four,
this to the
five,
list of the other stuff, yeah.
8,
Yeah.
10,
Would the
12. Go ahead.
would the cleric have some kind of like order from the White Prince on him of his mission, or some official documentation like I am on this thing? I feel like he would have that in the bureaucracy.
In this situation, this is more of like a recon mission.
Okay.
They've been the cleric, as Jorah will happily tell you what's going on here because she's got no skin in this game. She's just a merchant, right? She's doing her own shit. She's already pissed that the White Prince's men, this cleric over here, have occupied her ship. She tells you that they heard something and they're coming to check it out and see what's going on. She's got no business. She doesn't care about you. You guys can go free. It's no official mission. Just he thought he would check this out, and here I am. So
That seems very unlike Astaire, though. From what we know, they're huge into bureaucracy. This seems like it probably needed to go through some channels. But
she
can
gives
you
you
give
a
me the
strong-
rundown? Yeah. Can you give me the rundown? 15 spears, 15 shields, 7 bows. Sound about right or no?
It is going to be 12 spears, 12 shields, 6 bows, and maybe
Any chainmail?
no chainmail. No. It's too hot here for chainmail most of the time. Each of
Any
them brought
leather?
with them 20 arrows. They've got padded doublets, or like the same sort of padded vests that these soldiers have been wearing. It's very distinctly like Astaire armor for Astaire
That's
guards.
useful.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm taking those as well. And then they all had 20 arrows each? Each person or
Of the
just
6
bows?
bowmen had 20 arrows,
Okay,
and then they lost 6 in the archery. So
73 arrows.
6 times 20 minus 3 is 117 arrows. And then for loot, I'm gonna give you some numbers here. Someone write this down.
Hey, writing it down.
You got it, okay.
I'll put it on the party sheet.
Yep.
50 gold coins,
Okay, 50 gold coins.
300 silver coins,
37,823 plus 300. Okay.
and then from the tomb, we're gonna get another.
You can just write that down as, pounds rather than coins if you want.
Some of it's in
Like-
jewelry and some of it is in coinage, though. Gonna be the
Yeah.
Okay.
bit chip apart.
Well, I'll just add a line for gold jewelry and silver jewelry.
Okay.
Hey, stop messing
Sorry,
with
I
the.
didn't see what you were
Okay.
doing.
There's another 3,250 silver coins.
How much?
3,250. Another 500 gold.
Wait, Neil, sorry. 41373. How much gold?
500.
I just
Okay.
added.
Thank you.
And then there is 5 pounds of gold jewelry
Yep.
and 20 pounds of silver jewelry
Yep.
and 10 pounds of cheap jewelry.
Okay.
And there we go.
I'm
Oh,
back.
and that is
Alright.
without having looted the cargo ship, because maybe you're going to give it to her and let her go.
Yeah,
It's possible.
it's possible. All right, good times.
Yeah.
It's good to be back.
We will
Yeah,
be
yeah,
back
yeah.
next week.
Yes.
Are we
Yeah,
playing on the
fine.
20? Are we playing on the 14th and the 21st?
I can do the 14th,
That's fine by
but
me.
not the 21st or the 28th.
21st, no.
No,
Okay,
but the
I can
14th is good.
I can do the 14th.
Yep.
Great.
Cool.
Great.
We'll do the questions tomorrow since we have to get out of here. Join the Patreon, patreon.com/Tides of Death. Help us
We're
out.
like pretty close to having the full campaign covered, right?
We are.
Yeah,
We're
thank you
like
so
$100
much for
away,
everyone
I
who
think.
supported us.
Huge shout out.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out. Cool. That'll be it this week.
That's it for us. We will catch you all next week at our regularly scheduled time. Good night.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Good
Yeah.
night.
Bye.